And we are live.
Welcome,
What's going on, everybody?
Tommy, I was bobbing my head to the beat with you. I saw you doing. I was like, damn, that looks like a good time.
I know, we were backstage. We were sitting there, that little beat just hits, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh, shit, we got to get ready. We got 10 seconds left. What's going on?
Well, I was watching the live stream. I always end up watching the YouTube one, and then, it's a little bit behind. So all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, shit, we're live. I'm still watching the screen.
I know. A little delay gets you real quick.
What's going on, everybody? I was watching on YouTube.
I know. So we are kicking in. We are back. I got to press the button. I didn't do this last week over there. We are here. F35 live. There it is.
Need that horn bad.
Right. Boom, boom, boom. TJ, you're supposed to be the horn. Boom, let's go.
Sounds just like it.
There you are. What's up, everybody? Filtering into chat right now. We got 20 people already. And I think we got a community over here that's probably filtering in as well. If you guys have noticed up here, we do have a little man. Commander Cosmo sitting up there from Cardopoly. Man. He's a little man, little astronaut. He fits in. He's almost on the moon.
Astronaut, there we go.
There you go.
A little man. Was this Indian in the cupboard?
There it is. No. What's going on, everybody in the chat here? This is F35 Live, our weekly live stream every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We run this for about at least 2 hours, probably 3. Sometimes we move into Freedom After Dark. So we got a fun show lined up for you tonight. We have a special guest. We have a live demo of a beta tonight from a guest of ours that actually was on the show earlier in the year. So their game is up and running right now in beta form. So we're going to get a chance to play that live on stream with some of the viewers who look like they actually are starting to jump on stream already, starting to move. So we're going to go ahead and get them introduced, but we did want to make a quick mention of this because it is the first time that this is happening, is that we do have an official sponsor tonight, which is Cardopoly, that you're going to see here in a second. We wanted to kind of preface this to all of our viewers out there. We've mentioned this in the podcast. I think in the last couple of weeks about entertaining this, we've gotten to a point now where there's just too much going on, too much to cover, and too many different projects reaching out for us. And unfortunately, we would love to get to everybody, but that's just not the case now. We know, and this is something that we all do on the side. We all work full-time careers. So we're truly honored tonight that we have our friends over at Cardopoly that got a chance to sponsor tonight. So you're going to see them. The logo and all that stuff is going to be running the whole time, but we wouldn't be bringing something in front of you guys unless we absolutely thought it was worth your time. So it's a really cool project. We're really excited to hang out with the guys. We have Bobby and Drex on tonight. So we're going to bring them in here, bring them in one by one, and say hi to everybody. So let's first start. I think Bobby was the first one that I got a chance to talk to over in CNFT Taco Tuesday, maybe back in like February, March of this year.
I forgot it started there. T said that last night. It's kind of crazy.
Yep, it is. And so Bobby, welcome on to the stream, man.
Hey guys, what's going on?
How's it going, man?
Good to see you, man. How's it going?
Good to see you too.
We're excited tonight.
Thanks for having us on tonight. We really appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Super
We're excited to have you guys on. And then, of course, we got to bring in the other co-founder over here as well. We have Drex. Drex, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Great to be on. It's an honor.
Yes, we're excited. We're absolutely excited tonight. We get a chance to play some games. Finally, we got games and on the live stream. We've been talking about it for I don't know how long.
4 months.
I was going to say, it's been a short but long 4 months, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy to see the evolution of where you, like, even in that short amount of time, it feels like forever ago, but in reality, like I said, 4 months. And we were talking about you guys, this concept of what you guys had building. And here we are today getting a chance to actually sit down and showcase this off for everybody. So we're extremely excited to have you guys on. We're excited for our viewers to take a look at what you guys have been building and kind of see the gameplay in action. This is Cardano Games live. This is a reality right now. We have wallets connected, NFTs moving, and ADA to be earned in games. So really excited to have you guys on tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, this is our first live stream with the Cardopoly project. So we're pretty pumped up on this. We love the new format. We're
honored.
Huge fans of your guys' show, and I think it's come full circle that we talked to you before we built the game and minted. Then we minted, sold out, got to work, and now we're here to show you guys our game.
Yeah.
Well, so this is the early, I guess it's like the closed beta, because you have to, it's for the holders of it, for testers in the Discord. So still, in development and testing and figuring out what needs to go where. But how long has it been open now? When was the actual first game played with the, I guess, Discord members, not maybe between you guys?
Yeah, so I mean, as founders, we've been playing for a couple of months, just testing.
I can imagine, yeah.
2.5 weeks ago, we opened up for our beta tester round, and we had 80 players come and join us from our Discord community, and we played for 6 days. We actually extended it for a day, but it was a huge opportunity for us because we got to test out a lot of the mechanics and gameplay theory that we had thought of in our head. And we were able to fine tune a lot of things in terms of like dice roll mechanics and property purchasing, and just making the game fair for a global competitive environment. Because as you guys can see right now, people are playing live from all over the world. So we had to make it fair, we had to make it competitive, and we had to make it fun for everyone, which beta testing really helped us out with.
Yeah. And it's really cool. I guess to give a little bit of background too on you guys before we get jumping into the game, Bobby and Drex, can you guys give us a little bit of background about how you guys kind of got to this point, what your roles are in the Cardopoly team, and just a quick little like why Cardano, why you guys doing this here? I guess Bobby, we can kind of start with you.
Okay, I mean, I'm happy to jump in, but I'll give the floor to Drex because he's our key and lead developer. He's built this game, minting pipeline, everything from scratch. So it's been an honor to work with Drex, and we've really put something cool to work here. But my background, I'm a sales and marketing professional by day. I got into NFTs in November of last year, and got tied up in a rug pull with some of our founders, and we were kind of salty about it, and we're like, this is kind of shit, and our community members were really pissed off, and we just said, what, let's build something together and get away from this rug pull that we were all invested in. We weren't part of the team, but we were just investors. And so we just kind of set off on creating something, and this idea of creating a board game kind of came to me in my sleep, something that hasn't really been done yet on Cardano. And my favorite game growing up was always Monopoly. So we kind of took a fun twist on that classic table game and created, a totally different but inspired version of that for the blockchain. And so that's kind of how it came together. And just by luck, my fellow teammate here, Drex, happened to be involved in that rug pull with me, and he's a world-class developer. And Drex, I don't know if you want to explain a little bit more from your side.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I've been just doing software development since 2004. Kind of like my main interest and focus point is putting together real-time user interfaces where lots of people can come together and interact all at once. So when I got into the NFT space with Bobby, like he said, we all basically aped into the wrong project and it kind of bit us, but still really happy that we all met and decided to do this idea. It was pretty ambitious. I got really, I was really pulled into this from the technology side. I learned a lot about how to do Web3 minting on Cardano, and I just felt like it was the cleanest way to do a mint, really across any crypto network. And I just went really, really deep on building a totally custom platform for this game, our minting pipeline, royalty distributions, in-app NFT grants and prize distributions and things like that. We've got a really, really robust platform that can support a lot of concurrent players. But I digress a little bit. So we were ambitious. We did our drop late February, sold out in March, and we said, listen, we're going to get a game up fast. We didn't want to try to build the world's craziest game. We just wanted to build a game that's fun, that allows players to come together with other players from all around the world all at once and compete to win real Cardano, real ADA. So we did that, and it's just so exciting to be here today because last time we spoke, we were talking about, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to build this, we're going to build that. It's going to be totally real time, right? But now we can jump in and really look at what did we actually build. And it's been really, really exciting to see our community in game playing.
Yeah, we got a chance to kind of go behind the scenes last night and get our first glimpse at this. And as everybody's about to see here soon, they'll get that same glimpse. But it's really crazy to kind of, like you said, see where this conversation originally had when we talked to you guys. We look back, what was it, March, I think, when we actually got a chance to do the sit down with you guys, until now here we are in July, where we're actually getting to play this live. on stream. So it's kind of crazy to see how in such a short amount of time what you guys are able to build, especially with everything going on, like you said, in the space where people are building metaverses and worlds and games and all these things that take a long time to do, and we really haven't seen too much of that yet. So you guys, the fact that you guys have something working that is fun to do is really impressive, and it's awesome to get a chance to share that out tonight.
I'm itching to play. Everyone's buying all the properties. I'm just watching them. Oh,
I know. I haven't even moved from start yet. Well, do we want to bring the board on, TJ? I know you are, our screen sharer tonight, so we're gonna go on you. Guys, can you explain a little bit about what we're looking at here before we get going?
Absolutely, 100%. So this screen is the game. So prior to joining the game, what TJ would have been able to do is select the NFT that he owns that he wants to play with, which he did. And what are you playing with, TJ? Playing with a shoe.
Top left.
Awesome. So this is the board. We've got 15 people from our community in here, and these represent a subset of our beta testers. And I really want to say thank you to everybody for jumping in and playing. The circular icons that you see moving across the board are NFTs from our collection that are being used as game pieces by players live in the game. The properties that they're going past, you can see at the top, right, bottom, and left, are expandable. So if you hover over those, you can see what they are and things like that. As you roll the dice, your piece will move across the board. You'll be able to buy properties. Some of the spaces are community landing zones, which will give you, they'll take away Cardopoly dollars from you, give you Cardopoly dollars, move you across the board, send you to prison, different things like that. What else, Bobby? What do you want to say about what we're seeing here?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that we're playing live with NFTs is pretty fucking dope, I would say. This is exciting. So some things you see on the board, you have your dice roll button. Everybody starts with 75 free dice rolls for the game week. And you'll notice that there's a cap. So 50 dice rolls per 6-hour period. And that's basically to allow for competitive gameplay over everyone in the world. So nobody can get too far ahead of anyone else. Our community is from all over. One of our founders is from Australia. So we were able to really test this nicely. You'll see the dice roll, right across the board, completely random. It's a live dice roll, which is really cool that Trex was able to build out. And then every 5 properties, you have the chance to land on what we call a community landing zone. So what those are these cards that flip over, and you'll see that card on the right. And basically it can do a bunch of options that Drex was mentioning. So it could, give you Cardopoly dollars, take Cardopoly dollars away. It could move you right around the board, like 200, 300 spaces. And it could actually burn a property that you own if you land on that one, or send you to jail. The last couple of things I'll just mention is you'll notice the 4 corners of our board. We were able to partner with some really, really awesome projects in the Cardano community. One of my first places that I stopped when I came into Cardano to learn about NFT projects was the Cardano Lounge. And, they're an awesome community. They're a really big community. And we were able to partner with them. They actually built that corner just for us. And we figured what better place to start would be, the Cardano Lounge.
The lounge,
yeah. That's great.
And then moving across, you'll see the prison. That was actually designed by our friends over at Ugly Bros. They have a really amazing community. Shout out to all the Ugly Bros community that's here tonight in the stream. Really stoked you guys could make it. So that's prison. If you land on prison, you're in prison. There's no just visiting in Cardopoly. Once you're in prison, you can either roll doubles to get out, or you can pay 5 ADA to get out right away. And then as
you're already in there.
Yeah, there's someone stuck in there already. And then if you move down to Stash House, so this is really a unique piece on the board. That was designed by our friends over at Benjamin Group, another really awesome community. And they created this square. Basically, if you land on it, you'll see that little dollar amount, Cardopoly dollar amount in the bottom right corner. That's actually growing as people are paying tax as they land on the community landing zone cards. Where if someone's in prison, you don't collect rent in prison. any money that you would earn for rent goes towards that stash.
Oh wow, that's a sneak.
Okay.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
You can see how quickly that
Double
pot's
punishing then, so it really helps balance it out. It's not just like you miss some rolls and waste some rolls. It
No
really
rent
kind of can
increases.
change the pace of the game too, how long you're in there.
Yep. So if you land on Stash House, you get 20% of that pot. So that's a game changer. That's a huge momentum momentum maker. We call it the TSN turning point. So, and then moving on to the left corner, that's Go to Prison, and that was designed by an artist named Headroom, and he was the lead artist who did the Gingerbread Rebake Revival project. Really talented artist, and he's got his own project that he's kicking off called Artis Ferrero, and we're really excited to have him as a partner because he's super talented. So that's kind of what we got cooking.
That's awesome, man.
So
it's
for
really
each
cool
section, how many can you own in each section?
You can own up to 5 in each section. One quick note too about buying out of prison and also rebuying dice rolls, things like that. When you pay $5.88 to get out of prison, 70% of that goes into the prize pot in the upper right. Oh, look, TJ just
which is
there we go. I just say 500. Sweet.
You mean prize pot too, which is separate, not the stash house spot,
That's right.
the in-game currency, but the actual like ADA prize pot. That's cool.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the more activity we see there, the larger that prize pot's going to get.
Prison's huge. Wow, that's so much more than just wasting turns. I love that. How big of an impact and balance it has on the balance of the game.
Yep.
So-
And you'll notice too that our mascot in the middle of the board, Commander Cosmo, every time you gain Cardopoly dollars, whether it's from a community landing zone or someone landing on your property and paying you rent, he does a little Cosmo dance and just notifies you that you've made some money.
I didn't even catch that last night. I just watched it now when I landed on the community landing zone. That was cool.
I was gonna say maybe if TJ actually made some money here.
I did. I just spent 500.
Yeah, I haven't even started my.
I was gonna say I thought you started at 10K.
Landing zone again, baby. Let's go.
I haven't even rolled mine yet. I'm over here. I'm still sitting on the starting point right now. Hey, to dial it back for everybody too, who's just kind of catching in. Appreciate everybody in chat right now. How many spaces are on the actual board itself?
Yeah, so there's 1,000 properties on this board. It's massive. So every 5 properties, there's a community landing zone. There's 250 properties per side of the board, and it's divided into 8 sections. So you can only own up to 5 properties per section, and once you own 5, that's the max you can own. You get double rent for any property in that section.
Gotcha. Okay. And then for anybody, just a quick overview of the game itself. What is the objective here? We see the leaderboard. I think there's up to 30 people on that leaderboard that gets displayed. What's the total number of people that can play in this game? And what's the time period for the actual game? And what's the objective overall?
Yeah, so the game can hold up to 750 players. It's designed to play with a max of 750. It can play for as little as what we're playing now, 20 players, 30 players. And basically how it works is you're going to roll around the board. The game lasts for 5 days. And at the end of those 5 days, whoever has the most amount of in-game currency, Cardopoly dollars, the top 30 people with the most amount of currency get paid out a real ADA prize pool. And that prize pool is funded by purchases of additional dice rolls. So once you're run out, you can buy 75 dice rolls for 5 ADA or 200 dice rolls for 10 ADA.
Okay.
And it's also funded by purchasing to get out of prison. And there's also one other way to fund it. We're allowing one rebuy if you go bankrupt. You can buy 10,000 Cardopoly dollars for 10 ADA once, but only halfway through the game week. That turns off at the tail end of the game week.
Okay. Oh, I got a question in regards to that too. Over here from AJ asking, how is the prize pot controlled? Is it multi-sig?
Yes, great question. So we have basically a real-time pipeline that allows us to track not only ownership of our policy ID, so we can tell who owns pieces and who should be able to play, but we also can subscribe in real time to our prize pot, which is actually an ADA address, so fully auditable. You can go in there and see all the transactions coming in, and that is all done through multi-sig. Yes, so when you buy out of prison or buy more dice rolls or rebuy in your bankroll, it triggers a Web3 signature pipeline. You get, you sign the transaction, submit it, and in a few minutes, you'll see the prize pot increase and you'll be released from prison.
Perfect. Okay. So everything is multi-sig in here. Even the website. That's one thing that I commended you guys even early on, because that's even your mint was multi-sig, right? You guys had consulted with some of the bigger. I don't remember if it was Dirtbirds or who it was. You guys got everything multi-sig, even from the mint itself, right?
Yeah, that's right. And Dirtbirds, Derp specifically over there was super, super kind to kind of lace me up when I first got into this and was wanting to build that pipeline. He definitely gave me some really crucial tips. And from there, I've just kind of gone ham and just try to build it as sick as possible. And I'm really proud of what we built.
That's amazing, dude. It's very well done, and it's fun that that it's in live time right now. What everybody's watching, this is a live game going on. This is not a recorded video or anything. We're actually just clicking through as we go.
You guys got 21 people in there right now.
Yeah, this is really fun to do.
We just pushed it out to our Discord about 20 minutes before this game started, and so we got a bunch of eager beavers to check out the new build that Drex pushed out.
Yeah,
everything seems to be running smooth too, which I like. Like I just went 301 spaces, and it just went no problem. There was no stutter in it, no lag, nothing. It just went no problem. And I'm sharing the screen on the stream too, so it runs really well.
Well, and then I was going to ask, so like the people you push this to, you got to obviously have a game piece, which you can, find in the secondary markets now, I guess, if you want to purchase one. Is there like special roles then within the Discord beyond just kind of being a holder or to be like a tester or anything like that? If there's going to be more testing coming up here for the next build, if people kind of wanted to give it a shot themselves, like what would they kind of need to do as far as in the Discord?
Yeah, that's a great question. So everything is linked both to your wallet and Discord. So once you join our Discord, and you can obtain a game piece because we're sold out right now, so you can buy them on secondary at JPEG store under the Cardopoly policy ID. Once you get a game piece, you join our Discord, and then you go to cardopoly.io, this website that everyone's playing on right now, and you would link your Discord and your game piece. And what that does is it actually allows you to get into the game, but it also gives you your Discord role once you're in our Discord. And the game pieces themselves have no, in terms of their rarity, they have no advantage in game. Every piece is equal. But outside of the game, there are a few little unique things that we've done to add some utility for certain rarities. So legendary and diamond pieces, there's 20 of them. They get a royalty share of our secondary market sales. And gold, silver, and bronze game pieces get to take place in our Discord quarterly beta prize draws. So we do a raffle. And then all game piece holders have access to NFT giveaways and whitelist giveaways that we do with some of our partner projects that helped us out.
Nice. So all this stuff, I remember minting back in the day, you guys have, like I said, a 750 supply of these actual game pieces themselves. And the goal is not to, like you said, I don't think right now, at least, not to stack a bunch of these right now because you only are going to be able to use one in game. I know you do have some people in there, obviously, that are a little bit of a whale inside your project. For the actual pieces themselves, obviously, there's different tiers. Some are considered rarer than others. Can you explain? Because there is one rare tier on the actual game pieces themselves. I believe they're the diamond, and there's like some one-of-one pieces. Can you quick explain what those are for anybody who's kind of popping onto secondary and looking at these?
Yeah, so there's the legendaries. There's 5 of them. They're all owned currently, obviously, but there's 5 unique one-of-one designs. We actually partnered with a really amazing artist project called Leon Art Group, and they designed all of our NFTs. So on their own, they're really nice pieces of art. And we worked with them to come up with, I think, 20 different game pieces. And then we have all different color ups of them in terms of like rarity. So diamond, there's only 1 of each diamond colored game piece. And then gold, there's 2 of each. Silver, there's 3 of each. Bronze, there's 4 of each. And then there's like red, blue, yellow, and there's multiples of those. So there is a rarity chart.
Okay.
But like I said, in game, all the pieces are equal. Nobody starts with extra money or extra dice rolls. So it's a very fair game environment.
Yep. And each NFT that we've minted is totally unique. So there are no two that look alike.
That's cool. So
I was gonna say
to the person. I like that.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, man. It's cool because you can like obviously it's like a little bit of a flex on there. If you guys see someone has the diamond shoe sitting to the left of me, I got my want to say it's the
you got a diamond shoe in here tonight?
Yeah, we got a diamond shoe sitting in there, and someone has it. Is that the diamond seaplane over there on the right? Is that somebody has?
Yeah.
I
No,
always
that's
wanted.
me. That's me. That's a blue seaplane. But
Okay.
there is a tiger in here.
Very cool.
That's Tim. He's got our legendary tiger, and the
Oh,
diamond
that's
shoe
neat.
is Shumarai in chat.
Nice, that's amazing.
Okay.
I know. I don't
Shoe?
know. Is mine the bronze seaplane? I want to say it's got to be right.
Yeah.
I just landed on it. Okay. Oh, I just lost.
Ooh,
I aped it.
Johnny, you
I
know.
aped into a dead NFT when drunk. I lost 500 Cardopoly dollars.
I was in the stash house earlier. It was sweet.
Yeah, we
Oh,
tried
man.
to take some inspiration from like the classic table game in terms of the pieces. Like, so there was a boot, right? You know, we did a Nike high top kind of render of that. You know, there is a boat. We did like a little fishing boat, but then we kind of got really creative with stuff we wanted to see in the actual game, but never made. And so we kind of designed some cool ones like the UFO, the rocket, the helicopter. And there's a lot of opportunities for future seasons on where we can go with this.
I
Yeah.
know Tom wanted the thimble really bad. He was upset you guys didn't make the thimble.
I think Tom was, when we first did our stream, he was like, I wonder if you guys are going to do a money bag, and I was kind of giggling because we did do a money bag.
No, I like that you did cooler stuff than like money bag saw. That's that's a piece I'd be, but like the thimble. I mean, come on, yeah. I mean,
And I do want to say, because I remember this from the
updated
we did
shoe
with
was
you.
great.
You guys had seaplanes before seaplanes were cool. I do remember that.
Yes.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, that came from, I really liked, I have a cottage up north in Canada, and, some of the more wealthy people fly in to the lake on these seaplanes. So I've always kind of had like a small obsession with them. But it was like, we did our drop, and then maybe like 3 weeks later, that other project did their drop with the Kapchka seaplane,
Yeah.
and it took off a bit.
I remember talking to you. I think it was Disco Solaris, maybe, because it was using NFT Maker, and it became like a meme after that. But I think I remember talking to you in a space recently after that. I was like, "Did you guys plan that?" You're like, "No, that's just totally coincidence," but it worked out perfectly for us.
I remember I asked you this.
Go
ahead, Tommy. You good?
No, I was gonna say I was just curious because I always wanted the rocket because we always like the rocket would fit perfect with like our theme. So I was always trying to mint that, but I minted the seaplane, and I was like one and done. I was like, that's the one. I'm taking that. It worked out perfect for me.
I remember I was asking you yesterday, Drex, about like if plans in the future of when we hover over these pieces, if they're going to show like a name or to see who the owner of the actual pieces versus just the leaderboard here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're going to be adding like little niceties like that,
That's
so
cool.
that when you hover over people, you can not only see what their piece is, but you can get a little bit of a look into what properties they're holding. And
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Nice,
Because
I like
when you're sitting around the board with a bunch of friends and family playing Monopoly, you never know exactly how much money they have, but you can see it. You see all the
Exactly.
properties. So I think, that stuff is
Here,
key.
we're decentralized over here. Everybody's visible, right?
Someone just snuck out of prison, but the one guy they said they're in prison, but they ran out of rolls right when they landed. They had one roll left, didn't get the double, so they're eternally in prison.
Is that I'm looking over there too. Number one, is that Dilly butt hurt me MF, or is that Dilly? I thought was
Yeah.
like watching from work. Or are you able to play this mobile yet, or is that an option? Because I know we were talking about that. I'm just
Well, I
curious.
saw
Someone just said that. Ryan
somebody
said
in
that.
chat. Yep. So with Kiwi browser, you can play, but we are working on a partnership with Eternal to get listed in their DApp store.
Yeah.
So it'll be much more accessible.
He's playing on his phone right now. That's sick.
Yeah,
That
We're in
is
the
super dope.
Kiwi browser
that is
running
nice.
the external extension, and it looks great. So you guys are
That's
actually working
amazing.
to. I know Eternal's doing that lately, like right with a lot of these new mints, they're able to actually mint from the phone. So you guys are kind of working on something similar where you're able to play from the browser itself on the phone.
Yeah,
100%.
we're basically in their test net right now, so we're working back with them. We never really set out to be a mobile game, but we're definitely going to be mobile friendly.
Yeah.
And we're just ironing out the kinks in their test net. But we definitely have the potential to be their first game on their browser.
That's amazing. Yeah. So you guys said you guys were going to be like the first ones on the game section for them, right?
Yep. Well, I mean, I don't want to count my chickens, right? Like
Yeah,
someone could
right.
shoot out before us.
Someone's going to
but,
jump in there tomorrow, right?
There's nobody on the game category yet except for us in testnet.
That's awesome, though.
I don't remember what you said. You said, was it there's 750 pieces? Is that how many there can be in game at one time, or is it? Okay,
That's right.
That's gonna be wild. Having 750 people at once, just all the properties and stuff being
all the
bought
people
up.
moving and stuff like this.
Oh my gosh, that'd be insane.
Yeah, we want to see that so bad.
Oh my gosh, that'd be cool.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. It seems to be working pretty well right now. I just actually got to the lounge and it reset me. I just made it through the red zone over here and it put me right back to the start. Now I'm just getting dinged on everybody's rent fees trying to make it back through here because they all bought the board. So the big thing with this is, right, like, so I think you just unlocked us, right, on the cap. I just saw that go back down.
Yep, I just uncapped everybody so we could just keep
Nice.
it moving.
Yeah, you got everybody moving again. So the way to do this, right? So it resets. What's the refresh time? Do you guys have that set yet for when the game actually does launch?
Oh, like when we're gonna kick off the launch?
Well, no, sorry,
cap.
for the dice roll. The dice rolls cap, like how long it takes to reset those.
Yeah, so it's every 6 hours,
Okay.
and it's just set on a calendar throughout the day. So it's not it's not like from when the game when the game starts, it'll be 6 hours from there, then it'll reset and give people another 50 potential rolls, and then 6 hours from there, and it just goes throughout the whole week like that.
Nice.
And yeah.
So that's
it helps us keep people from just like speeding through it at the very beginning, buying up everything. We really want to keep it balanced because not everyone's going to join at game start. We want people that join, a little while after start to be able to still get around and buy some properties initially.
We're all a little competitive too. Like we want people to finish their rolls for the day or for the 6 hours and then come back in Discord and kind of chirp each other and say like, I landed on your property, or, I'm beating you. And, there's a little aspect to that I like versus just letting people constantly roll nonstop.
Well, is there an option? So once your refresh is out, is there an option to bypass the refresh by buying in, or is that not an option?
No, so not after you hit your 50 roll cap, you got to wait the 6 hours. But you can load up on dice rolls once you run out. Like you can buy 200, you can buy 75, but you won't be able to use them until that cap
until that refresh happens. So if you plan to roll more than 50 times, you need to go ahead and buy those ahead of time so that when that refresh happens, you can utilize all those rolls then.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can do it right away, or you can wait till the refresh starts and then buy it. It's completely up to the player.
I think what Tommy was saying though, so after the first 6 hours and then the refresh, let's say I bought in 200 rolls, that next 6 hour period though, can I use all those new rolls I bought, or still capped at 50 for every?
Yeah, only 50
period,
per
right?
6 hours.
Yeah,
But
there's no like, there's no pay to win. Tommy's over.
That's what I was asking. I was just curious.
Rolls for the second series, so that he can just blow past everyone that was like, oh, I did my first set, I'm gonna take the next one off, and he's gonna be sitting here clicking roll.
Get by your trophy, dude. Come on now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
I knew what you were thinking. I knew
right?
what you were thinking.
It's like somebody who's stacked with Ada in here just comes in here and just buys rolls all day so they can win the prize pot.
You gotta earn those wins.
Somebody in chat just bought out of prison using the multi-sig purchase. Just so you know, guys, we will carry over this prize pool to the first live game.
That's amazing.
This is not for
Oh,
Ada.
that's fun.
So that prize pot you see up there, the 247. So that updates as either people buy rolls or again spend fees on the prison or any of that stuff.
Yeah, it was 240 a minute ago, and there's someone just bought again.
There you go.
Who
So where does that option at?
So when you're out of dice rolls, TJ, you got 7 left. If you just want to click through 7 more rolls.
Who came up with the writing in the community landing zones? Lambo goes. I love
that.
It's
there's a few guys. Rex came up with some, but one of our founders, Doey, he's from the UK. He's a cheeky little bastard, and he came up with some pretty funny ones.
Well, then I got the McDonald's interview one too. Instantly got the job instead, pretty much.
Hired on the spot.
Yeah, hired on the spot.
My favorite one.
Oh, I just hit one too. It said minted a legendary and immediately flipped it. I'm 500. Let's go.
Let's go.
So TJ, you cap out, and then so when it caps out, it gives you the option here to buy back in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it'll just be a little multi-sig pop-out window, and Drex did a really good job on this.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
So it does pop out. That's awesome.
Gotcha. Okay, that's perfect. So then throughout the week, you said the games last 5 days. Is that how long you're saying these are going to go for?
Yeah. So they're going to be 5 day games, and we're going to run them like 1 week on, 1 week off.
Okay.
But what we're going to do probably as early as even next week, we're going to just do a 48-hour game just to kind of like soft launch, have a fun little round with everyone that's been supporting us since the beginning.
Yeah.
And that'll be a real ADA live game, which will pay out this initial pot that's been kind of, people have been testing and buying in. And so we'll pay out this little pot that we've been accumulating during that game. And then we'll probably take another week to reset, do some more just quality of life updates, and then we'll go right into our cadence of 1 week on, 1 week off.
Nice. And we were talking about this last night, but for anybody who wants to have like maybe like a chat or anything, is all the stuff's over going to be in Discord? You're going to have like different lobbies for different games?
Yeah. So we're for the first little while, all the chat, all the dialogue is either going to be in Discord chat or Discord voice chat.
Mm-hmm.
There's no current plan to have like an in-game chat, just because that's just how we're starting it off.
Yeah.
But what we are planning on doing is, because we do have the ability to track each individual NFT, we're going to come up with some creative, fun game weeks. So we could do like, shoes versus rockets, or helicopters and UFOs versus horses, and then, make it a team-based game.
Yeah.
And then one thing that we're looking into, which we're going to kind of accelerate if we can get some additional funding from our Catalyst proposal. It's going to happen either way, but what we're looking to do is bring this to other communities and allow other communities like Ugly Bros, Cardano Lounge, Benjamin Group to use their NFTs in our game environment for a week.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's sweet.
So other projects you're going to be able to partner up with over time to potentially get some of their stuff in game.
Yep.
That's amazing.
So would their NFTs be the actual game piece you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I like
Game.
that.
Like we're not gonna, throw shade at anyone that's invested in our project. But what we'll do is it'll help grow our exposure. It'll give people a chance to try the game before they buy it, and it'll just be fun to see different projects that want to partner up with us and give their communities a little bit more utility.
No, that's such a perfect way, because you think about like multiplayer games now, especially free to play, is like a huge thing online. Is where they do like these weekends where it's like, hey, it's a free to play weekend. Everybody go in, sign in, do their thing, and then after the weekend's over, they sign back out. And if you want to continue, you got to purchase back in. So it's kind of like that little drip to say, hey, I got an NFT from this project we partnered with. I'm playing it. I really enjoyed it. After this is over, I'm gonna go purchase one of these pieces to jump back in. That's a perfect model to be able to do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree. Parker's dad. He says Stash House is looking pretty juicy. Imagine 500 plus players on the board. Oh my gosh, that'd be sick.
Oh yeah. One thing I wanted to mention too, because we talked about the ADA payout at the end of the week using our ownership tracking, paying out to the leaderboard. We're actually going to also have achievements. So there's going to be achievement NFTs, which if you win one or unlock that achievement at the end of the game, you'll actually be prompted to mint live on our website and get that achievement token, which will have its own policy ID and can be bought and traded on the secondary market. But for example, there's obviously one for the game winner. There's one for the top 20 placers. There's one that we like to call the lazy landlord. So whoever kind of just bought a bunch of properties and didn't end up rolling very much. We got a little sneaky NFT for that person. And then there's some other fun ones too. So you guys can wait and see those. But it's kind of like an Xbox or PlayStation achievement where you're going to eventually have a locker and be able to collect them all. And we'll do something cool once you collect all of them.
Are you? So this is more a question for like Drex over here too. Drex, I know you're obviously very analytical with this stuff. Are there any plans like over time as the game evolves down the line for like a leaderboards, kind of like top players, kind of like Hall of Fame thing, where you can kind of click on them and see like some of the stuff that they've won or the NFTs or trophies or anything like that? Have you guys thought about anything like that?
Yeah, 100%. So we're definitely kind of, developing this as we go, obviously. So like our first goal is to like have this up and have, people playing, be running games week on, week off, like Bobby said. But, once we're kind of in that cadence, we're going to be looking at how do we really present people with overall looks and like a profile of somebody. Here's like all the games I've played. Here's all the times I've won. The highest I've ever come in is number one. So that stuff's definitely on our mind for sure.
That's
In no time, you can't buy the #1 spot.
No.
Well, I was
No.
saying the cool thing about the trophy system you talked about, especially being that they're NFTs, is that they'd be in a wallet then and can be like discoverable. Like right now, we're seeing TJ's view. You're logged into their website right now. You can see in the top right, Discord's connected. And you also have your, I assume, Nami, I think, on this one, TJ. So in the top left, it shows him which game piece he selected out of his wallet because he already has like the wallet connected through the smart contract. So in that sense, if you also had some sort of trophy in there or something, and like, let's say you wanted to do like a Champions League or something, like, hey, only people that have, first place trophies, we're doing a first place players game. You got to like, get this role. You got to have the role in the Discord probably or something along those lines to even get in the game. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with that just because of one, kind of the technology here with blockchain and everything and how this is all built within that. I was also going to say, I wanted to highlight Hillbilly Crypto said that he bought some more roles. That's why we saw the actual winner's ADA prize pot go up there. But just how easy that was, because to log into the game, you have to just have that role already within your Discord from holding the piece when you get it in your wallet, and then link the wallet that the piece is in. But I could see how that'd be dangerous. It's almost like, at least it's almost to me like having like my, like a 6-year-old with the iPad and he's playing Candy Crush behind my wallet's already linked. It's right there. Come on, TJ, just 200 rolls right there. It's almost, I mean, come on, dude.
You do have to put your spending password in, so
200.
You could get a little creative with that if you have kids in the house. One thing
I just meant, no, for me, like I'd be the kid in that case. That's my problem. Is it's just like, it's my 208 or 10.8. I get 200 more rolls here. Like, let's do this all day, no problem.
Hey, what better way to wait out? Like, nobody's making money flipping NFTs right now in the bear market. You might as well try and pay the 5 ADA and make some money playing Cardopoly, right?
Well, and so how it almost works right now is with if it, I know you're probably still like monitoring it and getting the games in there, and also just seeing how the community is going to play. I'm sure some part of this is from the game dev side is whatever you can think of. There's going to be some community member that figures out an exploit to do something that's super annoying, something that just takes advantage of some exploit or something. But right now, the 6-hour time limit, you can pretty much, so it's the 10 ADA for 200 rolls, right? So that's pretty much your day of playing that with the 50 rolls per period almost.
That's right.
That's solid.
Let me throw this other little twist out to you guys. So because the NFTs are tradable, like you can sell them on JPEG Store or secondary market. Let's say you're halfway through the game, you're doing really, really well, you got a bunch of dice rolls, and you sell your NFT to someone else. You no longer can log into that game, and whoever bought the NFT can actually log in and take over where you left off. They get your dice rolls, they get your place on the leaderboard, and now they own your place on the board for that.
So your value. Well, yeah, exactly. You're increasing the value of the NFT now just by playing the game. That's sick.
Yeah, and that NFT is the one. Whoever owns that is the person that's going to be eligible to call in the achievement NFT, mint that, to claim the prize that piece won. So even if the game is ended and you just don't want to claim your prize, like you can go ahead and list your piece. Whoever picks it up can go ahead and then claim that prize once they own it.
Damn,
that's a new level of
I was saying new dynamic to the NFT now for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing right there. I wanted a quick mention though, if everybody's we got between like 29-30 people over here, just if you guys have not, make sure you guys go follow Cardopoly, join the Discord, go check out what they got going on, and if you're enjoying the content here, make sure to give that a like button over here as well. It helps the channel grow as we continue to do this. We really appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. And it's awesome to see this in live motion right now. Like it's way beyond my expectation of this, from what I originally thought it was going to be. So hats off.
I think I don't know about you guys. The coolest thing for me obviously, I know Bobby, you like Monopoly. It's kind of a play on the name and stuff, Cardano. So I like that, but the difference is amazing. Like even before what's now been about 40 minutes. Even before we were able to get TJ's screen going up, though, people had already used their roles. And I only say that to emphasize how much more fast-paced and like kind of exciting this is to watch. Because Monopoly's just kind of has that whole like, all right, so whose was that? oh, okay, 200 to the bank, you know, and it's like, then you got to count it. And this is just constantly moving. Like you can blow through 50 rolls like it's nothing. And then also seeing kind of that like sense of urgency where you're not just like, oh, it's my turn now. Everyone watch me. All right, I'm going to go. Do I want to buy this? Like, you better keep moving because people could come by and just pick that up if you don't buy it right now. Like, you got to get going.
Yeah.
Or like you were saying with the jail even, like every time if you want to kind of sit there, like, I don't know, people start laying on your spots. You're watching money out of your pocket every single time.
I agree, Tom. That's what I was saying. Before we even started playing, people were rolling. I was like, shit, they bought all those beginning properties, and I'm gonna have to pay people right off the rip.
A bit of
I can see that limit needed to come in quick, probably. Like that first day, you were like, all right, this limit needs to change right now. This is not going to work. Everyone's bought everything on the board, and like half, people in Japan aren't even online yet.
Yeah, so the cool thing with the property purchases are they're not on chain. It's all just in the game environment. So let's say you and I both land on a property at the same time. It literally comes down to whoever clicks that buy button first. And it's instant. If you click buy, now the person who lands there with you doesn't pay rent. It's the next person who lands on the property. So if you're sharing that space, you both don't pay rent. But it comes down to
that's fun, I love that. I love that.
The trigger finger for sure. Gotta be quick on that one.
Because if you're like contemplating, sometimes you're like, I only have this much left, but like maybe I'll get a better one. That and then someone comes in, swoops around.
And you'll see it too. Like you'll see their NFT pop up. It'll be like, this is owned by them. And you'll be like, I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I like that a lot. Oh, I guess some new people in jail. They swapped them out now.
I'm in jail. I'm in jail right now, and I can't get out right now. I'm clicking on the buy out button, but it's not giving me the pop up yet, so I'm not able to get out of there.
Yeah, we got 23 people playing right now, which is pretty fun just for a last minute game.
So I was
going to say, do you remember what the Stash House kind of got up to in the early stages with the higher roll limit and 80 people in the game, 100 people in the game? Did it get pretty high, the Stash House?
I think it got up to like 50 or 60K. Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously too, it's gonna hopefully someone's gonna land on it eventually in there. Starts getting
there's a few people that have landed on it already. I mean, it's just one square. It looks big, but it is one square, so it's hard to land on.
Brian had a question. Yep. What happens if you own more than one piece? Can you play both on the same board?
NFG Ryan, what's up, buddy? I know you. Thanks for hanging in here. So if you own more than one piece, you can only use one piece per game week. So once you select your piece for that week, you're not able to use another piece because it's tied to your Discord and your wallet. And what this does is we don't want people to have, multiple pieces trying to win the game, beating the system. So once you select your piece, you're only able to use that piece for that week. If you're like me, I leave a lot of things up to luck. So I like having a couple different pieces. And if I do well one week with one, then I'll probably stick with that one and, sell the other one. I think a lot of people, this isn't financial advice, but I think a lot of people are holding on to a couple extra to sell once the FOMO kicks in. But, there really is not a need to have multiple right now. It's completely up to you guys.
Well, even like you said, though, basically the history of the gameplay of the piece is going to always be tied back to it. So if you're doing really well, let's say the shoe I have, I'm not going to switch it up because I want to keep that history going. I want to keep doing well. I don't want to change it to the C play now. So I mean, that definitely makes sense to not keep switching pieces.
That's the beauty of blockchain gaming, right? Everything's traceable.
I love it.
That's such a cool part. Like, this is the part that excites me too. This first off, this is such an easy thing to play on stream and with multiple people. So I can only imagine the game nights you guys are going to be able to host over on your server there. But not even that, like people like us who do live streams as well. And for anybody out in the space, you can jump over to Twitch. Can you imagine eventually getting like a decentralized gaming category where Cardopoly is one of the featured ones out there? Or just anybody hanging out on a Friday, hey, we're going to go jump over into this. Because you guys have talked about doing certain custom games and stuff, right?
Yeah, so we want to do custom games for different groups. And we also have been requested to do a high rollers board. There's some pretty heavy degens in our server.
Oh, really?
Some of them are hanging out here in chat, but they wanted to see what it would be like with a 50 ADA dice roll repurchase or 100 ADA, whatever. So the pot would get a little bit bigger and have a smaller player base on a smaller board. So we could have like a separate lobby for that.
I was actually going to ask that because obviously, like in casinos and stuff, there's different tables for different amounts. So if the high rollers want to pay the amount to donate to the pot, so you can have a bigger chance of winning that's really cool. You guys are even open to that idea. I love that.
Yeah, and I think is it Devon or Devon? I think.
Devon,
Yeah, it's Devon. He's over from NFG as well, the podcast.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think we're gonna chat with you later on this week as well. So I look forward to chatting with you. But your question on Cardopoly themes, one thing we're looking at doing, like obviously we have the Four Corners as partner artists, but we're actually looking at having those 8 different sections of the board sponsored by different projects or content creators that want to have a little bit of marketing or influence on the board, but also donate some NFTs or ADA that we can code into the board sections so that you could win NFTs or ADA that's from those sponsorships live while you're playing. So there's a lot of opportunities there as well to have different partners and projects come in and come out throughout different game weeks.
So the stash house can actually have the capability of having NFTs in there to win. Is that what you're saying? Or the actual whole prize pot?
Yeah, we could take out like a community landing zone card, and we could code that into whoever lands on it first, mints an NFT or gets an NFT from our prize wallet directly into their wallet via our multi-sig platform.
That's cool.
That's so dope.
That's
awesome
right there.
That's some cool features. I like those.
You guys really thought about it. I love that.
The cool thing about this too is like you could partner with so many different people, right, without it being an impact to what you guys do, right? Like it's essentially like free advertising for others out there who, as the game goes on, but at the same time, like you can offer the NFT portion of this, like it's you can do prizes, rewards, community nights. Like there's so many, like there's like so many options out there for this, or where you could kind of take this. So it's kind of cool to see it just in like its infancy stage right now. You guys getting going. That was a question too we have. There's only 750 pieces currently. Are you guys, what are your plans for the future? Are you going to release additional game pieces, or can you expand upon that at all?
Drex, you want to take that one?
Sure, I can take this one. Yeah. So we're going to do another piece drop around December or January. It'll be a much larger collection. Up until then, we're going to keep running with 750 game pieces. Try to just keep getting our unique piece holders up. Really, like our ideal dream world is we have as close to 750 as possible, though we know a lot of people are going to want to hold multiples. But we really want to see, a few hundred people on this board. And then through our partnership efforts with other projects, grow our community. Once our community is grown to a sufficient size to support a much bigger drop, we're going to do that. And like I said, we're forecasting like December or January for another drop of pieces.
Nice.
So
you guys, do you have any like as for the beta itself of being able to open to people inside of Discord? Is anybody able? What's the timeline for you guys to be able to get this into anybody who's over in your Discord, or what's the process for anybody looking to get a chance to play this?
Yeah, so all it takes is for us to just give you a Discord role. We had to start, we had 80 beta testers that we hand selected based on our community, just active members. And we let them in first. I think as early as next week, I mentioned we're going to do the 48-hour game. We're going to open that up to everyone that owns a game piece. Awesome. So that'll be live for everyone. That'll have the real cash prize. And then from there, it's just going to be open to everyone going forward that owns a game piece and has the holder role.
Nice. So do you have any anticipated date or timeline that you guys are looking to do that in within the next month, 2 months, something like that?
Oh yeah, it'll be probably by the end of this month. We'll be live running 5-day games. I would say next week or the week after we'll do that 48-hour game, and then we'll take a week off just to make our final touches. There's some things that I know Drex just wants to make some quality of life updates, and like that adding the name when you hover over people's Discord pieces, and just little things like that. But the game, we feel is in a really good state in terms of like the mechanics and the game theory. So it's just little things we're going to update.
Yeah,
I am pretty blown away. I did want to ask, I didn't quite remember the number. How many community landing zone cards, like total, did you guys end up having to come up with? Yeah,
so there's 250 community landing zone areas. So for every 5 properties, there's 1 community landing zone card. We're right now I think we have 30 different cards programmed in, but it's super easy and efficient for Drex to add new ones, poke fun at some of our community members, poke fun at you guys. We can do some fun stuff. So we're aiming to have at least 200 individual unique cards.
Awesome.
But we can change those out, as we feel throughout the week.
I say we need to look into that. We'll get a You Just Freedom 35 card. There's 100.
Will it be a positive or a negative or a burn the property or go to jail?
Yeah, we'll just
It'll be
see.
up to you.
I'm over here
Tommy's
right now
computer.
trying to buy myself
Pay
out of jail.
$200 to fix it.
I'm actually just tested the multi-segment or portion for the welcome. I'm over in prison right now. The little seaplane up there in the top
Oh,
right.
did you just buy 75 rolls? I see it went up.
I bought the rolls. I
Yeah.
sent that up, and then you should see another here. It's gonna go up again over here. You'll see the confirming transaction. TJ, let me see if I can do this without breaking everything.
You got it.
We rugged you, Tommy.
Oh, it just went through too, guys.
It looks so dope, I swear.
Well, it was right there.
You blew
you
it.
can't see it. I blew
Yeah,
it.
we saw it change from 150 something to 157. So
Yeah. Well, it's such a cool thing, man. Like, so I actually spent 10 total because I bought rolls and then I bought out of jail there. So I added 10 more ADA to the pot for anybody out there.
Your donation.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's just I'm happy to support this. I'm really looking forward. Oh, and then of course the roll right after I buy, I roll doubles to get.
Could have gotten out for free.
You just got out of jail too.
Now, if you roll doubles, it doesn't deduct a dice roll from your count, so you don't use up one of your dice rolls.
Ooh, that's good to know.
If you roll doubles, you get a free extra roll, which is kind of a nice positive of doing that.
Nice. Okay.
Are you,
So I
are
just
you guys
cap
gonna add
myself
some
out here.
flair to the dice, like some different color ones, some green ones, some red ones?
It's definitely on the roadmap without a doubt.
Love it.
I got into a real big white on white kick for some reason. I think I kind of lost my mind a little bit, but we definitely want to add some contrast to these dice.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I
stay
just was
tuned for
wondering
that.
if you had different colored dice. I thought that would be cool.
Oh yeah. We're looking at doing different shapes of dice, different colors.
That'd be sweet.
And there's way more to come on that, but not yet.
Oh, we got the Lambo one of one NFT in the bottom left corner there. That's Concord, one of our Discord members. That's one of our legendaries.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, that's amazing. It's so cool to see. Like, yeah, that'll be fun when you guys get all this ready to go, right? Where you can hover over somebody and see who's in the game with you, and it'll be fun to be able to do all that stuff. But visually, even right now, it's really cool, and I can only imagine what you guys will be able to do with the boards and all the different sponsorships and different. And can you imagine, like, hey, this week you have no idea, but we got a surprise NFT if you land on this. Like, how cool that's going to be when that happens.
We're excited.
We're really excited.
Yeah. Again, we appreciate everybody who's in chat as well, been hanging out with us, especially from Cardopoly's Discord as well. Thank you guys for playing with us. We've seen a bunch of you guys over there. If you guys have any other questions for Bobby and Drex, go ahead and feel free to drop them into the chat right now. We'll get some last minute stuff in there with you guys. And then, yeah, is there anything for you guys that you kind of want to just get out to the community? I know last time we got a chance to do this is, it was a few months ago. So for anybody who's just kind of checking you guys out now, anything that you guys are kind of looking forward to here in the next few months with the game?
Yeah, I think we're really excited about this idea of blockchain gaming. Bringing all these communities together. We do have a Catalyst Fund 9 proposal out that we applied for. It's not going to change anything in terms of our roadmap, but what it will do is help accelerate and it'll help bring some visual improvements to the game and help fund. Rex is doing this full time, by the way. This is his full-time job, so it'll help fund some of his development and really accelerate some of our things on our roadmap, which include bringing in other project policy NFTs to be able to play. And so we're excited about that. So if you guys are voting or registered to vote on the Catalyst Fund 9 proposal, please remember us. And what else we got going? That's pretty much it. We're just excited to go live and get the game, tweaks and quality of life improvements done and get everyone playing. Yeah,
for sure. And if anybody's looking to check out that Catalyst proposal as well, it is in the link in the description of this video. So you guys can go ahead and check that out. Definitely make sure to do that. What you guys are you guys are pioneering especially, I mean, as far as the game industry goes, you guys are, you know, one of the first that are out there doing this. And on top of that, I think the first board, you know, the board game on the blockchain, I think you guys can claim that one so far, unless there's something else that I've been missing.
Yeah, I feel like scared claiming it because there's probably some dope project that launched like last year that I
heard there was a
we're not scared. We just claim it all the time.
Yeah.
Double check that anyway. This is the first time Cardano first year. So bam.
Absolutely. Well, it's been fun to have you guys over here, and thank you guys so much just for helping, you know, sponsor us and support us over here as well, because it's been great to see you guys from the start, and it's been fun to link back up here even a few months later, and I'm sure we'll get a chance to do this again sometime down the line for another game night, even if it's not even on the live stream. But we'll pull a game night, a live stream with Cardopoly, just to have a fun community night with you guys.
Yeah, we love that. You know, we really appreciate you guys having us on. It does kind of feel like a family now. Like, we've evolved quite a bit. Obviously, you guys are crushing it right now. It's really exciting to see, you know, what you guys have been able to do in 4 months too. So give yourselves, you know, some kudos as well. And you know, we look forward to checking in. You know, hopefully it's not 4 months till we check in next time, but we do look forward to seeing what's coming next, and we look forward to hanging in and watching you guys as well.
For sure.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much for having us. We really appreciate it.
No, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it was really cool
awesome
to see
seeing
that
it all in action. How many people like that? It's just even different than what the little preview we've gotten to see. Getting to see like everyone in there, really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. And thank you, like I said, to everybody who participated tonight over from the Cardopoly Discord, or anybody even inside of our Discord who popped over there, who had the role. Thank you guys for jumping in and being part of the live stream with us. We look forward to continuing this game when this opens back up here, like you said, to finish this out. That roll. So you said this is going to roll that prize pot into the actual, that's going to be an actual thing?
Yeah, we're going to roll that into our first 48-hour game, and either next week or the week after.
Awesome.
Oh, giddy
so
up.
We'll definitely keep our community updated as well. And like you said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to go follow Cardopoly over on Twitter. Make sure to join the Discord. Check out the website, or if you guys are looking to pick up a piece, you can do that over on the secondary market. Right now, I think there's still some of them out there for sale at, you know, I think at a decent ADA price.
Someone bought one like 25 minutes ago.
Yeah,
our mint was 80 ADA, just for the record. Like, that's how much we minted for. So there are some pretty good deals out there if you're looking to get in, and you know, just pick a piece you like. It doesn't have to be a specific rarity. Just pick one you like, and we'll see you on the board.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Well, we appreciate you jumping in. We're really excited to continue this conversation on outside of this, and thank you guys for allowing us to host this with you guys. I think this is the first live stream demo, right? That anybody's got a chance to see this, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It is. Yeah, we'll
even more honored.
We'll hang in and watch the rest of your stream. We're excited about it. So we appreciate you guys having us on again, and we'll chat soon.
Absolutely, guys. Well, we appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys here soon in the Discord and over in yours as well. Thank you guys for joining on tonight.
Okay,
See you
thanks, everybody.
Awesome.
Oh, there's some really good deals on. Who sent this? TJ? That's dangerous.
There's so many over there.
You got the Golden Dragons, like 200. And the Night Tommy's one that's one we were looking at originally, because UFC.
TJ, can you go over to JPEG store and pull that up real quick?
Yeah,
just the link, the Night one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Everybody who's still hanging out inside the chat, just real quick, we are still F35 live. This is our weekly live stream. We are not done yet. That was our first hour with Cardopoly, getting a chance to check out the beta gameplay with them. We are going to be going for at least another hour here. We got some projects we want to talk about throughout the week. A lot of stuff been going on inside the Cardano community, CNFTs. We want to catch up with you guys, see what you guys have been up to. So if you got any questions, comments, anything like that, this is going to be kind of the three of us now hanging out, going through some stuff that we wanted to showcase with you guys. So again, thanks for hanging out. We'll be here at least for another hour with you guys. Werz, I know Werz is always excited when we get going into this now, because he knows we're talking Ape Society tonight. So I know he's pumped. And then, okay, so TJ's over here on JPEG.
There's that
Night
right on the left, TJ.
Yeah,
yeah.
Night. That is cool.
So if you guys are looking to pick up a Cardopoly game piece after just checking that out, make sure to go ahead over to the secondary market. You can pick these up. Like he said, these were an 88 a mint, so they've held a decent price even throughout the last few months. Over what's the floor on these right now, TJ? 130 something? About 130.
160, right to 60 right after.
Yeah. So hey, there's a deal out there for a little.
Captain Flint's boat over there. I just really wants to get rid of it. That's about it.
Yep. There you go.
It's like
So
even at this price, you still have a chance to win your money back with that prize pot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the game piece thing is cool because, like you said, if you're you get either lucky or whatever it may be, you can get a chance to actually win some ADA with this actual game piece itself, which is really cool to do.
It is
So,
cool.
Which is why it makes sense. There has to be so much like emphasis on the balance of the gameplay and stuff like that. 'Cause
Yes.
there's real ADA up for grabs. You know what I mean? If they just kind of made it like, oh, it's just for fun, click the button. You know what I mean? People would get a little tired with it too fast, and also, it'd kind of lose like the importance of each click. But now, like, if there's ADA on the line, people start getting upset if things aren't run right. So it's smart how they're really approaching it, so they make sure it's all balanced and plays out fair, kind of. At least as fair as a dice roll can be, at least.
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Real quick before we get going into our topics tonight, if you guys are still hanging out with us here and you're in chat and you haven't yet, make sure to give the video a like in there if you guys are enjoying the content. This helps us grow out here as we continue to do these live streams on Mondays, man. These are quickly becoming a favorite of ours, and we're very excited to host on these projects, man. This gets more and more fun each week. So if you guys do, it really helps us, keep doing this. So thank you guys for everybody who's been tuning in.
I would love to do like a live stream like twice a week if we could.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I know. We'll talk about it later inside. We'll talk about
not
it
right now.
What are you doing? Did you have like a baby or something?
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
There you go.
2 week
Appreciate Werz and
Once I quit my job,
Curly
yeah.
Knox. Thank you guys. NFG Ryan, thank you guys for hanging out. We didn't talk about it, but Shu Marai, I don't know if you're still over in here, but from Cardopoly side, thank you for all the support too, for hanging out over here with us. And everybody from Cardano or
like
Cardopoly's Discord.
Like a samurai? That's a good one. That's a
Shu
good one.
Marai. Yeah, it's a
Enjoy
good
that.
one. So, okay,
Yeah,
so Cardopoly, we've got that set up. Man, it's so cool to see them from where they were a few months ago for us just kind of randomly stumbling upon each other inside of a Twitter space to here actually having a working beta. Everybody's actually moving in live time, the multi-sig transactions, like sponsorships, like custom art, man. It's still so early, but at the same time, it's really cool to see the progress that they made in such a short amount of time.
Well, even
the
just
plans
at
too that they
difference.
have.
Yeah, well, even just the difference of like seeing the initial preview, like, of like, hey, connect, here's the game and stuff. Or even just last night, like getting, watching you screen share, just logging into the website compared to seeing like 23 people move around. That even is such a big difference. Like watching it actually come alive and like actually get moving is crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see it getting competitive. That moves really fast.
Well, especially if you don't get there at the start. That's how I was like, shit, I'm missing all these rolls, all the properties getting bought up. Shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you came in, you were like technically listed for like third place. Like I know there's like strategy to it. You were behind as far as owned properties. You had to go through that gauntlet of the first area of passing through everyone else's. Everyone else had like 2008 or 2000 Cardopoly at that point because they had already spent the money, and you came out fresh. Kind of take a little bit of a pick of what was left.
Oh yeah. Look at that. So we got.
Wait, Curly was the butthurt Dilly?
No, but that was Dilly from Old.
Curly
Money.
was saying he was the one leading.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay. Well,
So
I was gonna say
that
Old.
his name that he made there. Yeah, I figured it was Dilly from Old Money. Yeah, because it said, what did it say? I'm Dilly, or you butthurt me, Dilly, MFer? Something like that.
Yeah,
It was Curly. Okay, yeah,
It
that's
was Curly,
hilarious.
yeah.
Even crazier. Wow.
I love this is the thing over here. Shout out to the Crypto Ward and the guys over there on Tuesday nights. We get a chance to jump over to their stream. Second hour, here we come. It's kind of fun, right? We got like 2 shows in one where we get a chance to review and look at projects for them jumping on the stream, and then we kind of get a free for all now for stuff that we want to talk about and go through viewer questions with you guys. So this is a night, man. If you guys are looking for deep dives and things like this, if you guys noticed too, last week we had the podcast. It ran for like only a little over an hour, which is a little rare for us, right? Like we were going back to podcast format, I think, and this is where all their deep dives are starting to happen.
We have to admit, it took 3.5 hours to get that hour podcast.
Yeah.
We have to say that. Can we let the audience know how long it took to get that recording started and even going?
Oh, we got to definitely. We forgot to put the bloopers out. We got to get that running. We're so bad about doing that stuff. We had some great ones.
You know how to do it now. You know how to do it now. Don't give me excuses.
I need to get the overlay for that if I want to do that. Otherwise, I asked you. We'll get to that.
Well, what really happened is because what happened, the period where the podcast was the only thing a week, and it was 2 hours and 45 minutes to like 3 hours and 15 minutes, has now just been split. So we have like the hour of podcast and the other 2 hours.
And then 3 hours of this still.
Yeah, but it's 3 hours total. But at least you don't have to do it. Like no one's gonna do like all in one
Yeah.
sitting. It's just a little much to ask.
Yeah.
Come in 1 hour, hanging out on the podcast or chatting, having a laugh. Come over here. You can actually ask some live questions or go over some projects that maybe don't talk about enough and you want to yell at us for.
So we got. I guess we could let's let chat decide a little bit what the first topic. We have a couple of them. There's two big ones that I think we're over there. We had Beyond Citizens mint out their 10,000 collection, and we had the Ape Society's roadmap get revealed.
I like this question from Werz.
What's he got? Went OG on live stream. We could do that.
We can, yeah. Werz, you ready to hop on one of these days, dude?
Bro, Werz, if you want to come hang out, man, just let us know, man. Shoot us a DM right now, Werz. We'll get you onto the stream if you want to come hang out.
Community stuff on, yeah. I'm ready for the community Cardopoly game now.
That'll be fun.
Werz, you got a camera, bro. Shoot us a thing on DM on Discord. We'll shoot you the link, man. So Ape Society or Beyond Rockets, which one? Chat. I'm assuming I saw a couple Ape Society already over here.
I think that's been the one people are pushing for. Most excited.
Guys, if you Ape Society or Beyond Rockets, we'll give you guys like a minute to let that go in. Which topic we're going to dive into first, but we're definitely going to hit both of them. And then Werz, like I said, if you want to hang out, man, let us know. I got Cardopoly, so that's good. I got Ape. We got Ape.
Damn, they jumped up to 2,200 again, huh?
Oh yeah, they had a Twitter space on Friday, man. That Twitter space was crushing it. I feel like they had like 200 something people in that thing. It was wild. I got a chance to listen to that for a little bit. I was getting a haircut at the end of the day on Friday, and I left the earbud in.
You put the earbud in. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Werz, let me get you the link here, buddy.
We're getting Mallard's award. Don't you worry, brother. Mallard's
we definitely got Mallard tonight too. Don't you worry. Yeah, we got some good news from Mallard's as well. So let's set this up.
Have you guys heard?
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
Is that new? When did they mint? Oh, they have the mint on the 27th. I haven't heard of it. Yeah, I think I've heard of that. I'm like,
so Ape Society over here. Did you guys teach? If you get a chance to go to their Twitter, they have the updated roadmap on there. You can pull that up. Whereas I'm working on getting you set up right now. Here, give me 1 second, man. All right, it should
I could just
be.
the Discord. I know what you're talking about. I've seen their own map.
There it is. There it is. There you go. So we got the roadmap. I don't know if we can. Yeah, you can't pull that up anymore. Okay.
We can zoom in.
Did you guys get a chance to see this at all?
Whoa,
save it as a picture.
Yeah.
Just open as a picture.
I tried to get cheeky, dude. Come on now.
There you go.
Did not like that. It got
CTJ's all his personal stuff. Oh,
I mean, it's just my wife's wedding photos. That's fine.
Just kidding.
Bunch of baby pictures.
Are you guys in chat excited for, or did you get a chance to listen to the actual Twitter space on Friday with the founders over on Ape Society? I know Chronic and Crispy on there. I know I think another community member was, or not the community member. They had somebody else who was like, I don't know if they were what the relation to them is. It's like MP or something like that. And Cardman, Bonzerati, Matassa, and all of them were out there. And they were kind of explaining the actual roadmap now, right? Of like, we're through this spring mint. We are now into the summer portion of this. The cabins have minted. The districts are out. Doork East is the hot real estate spot to be at right now inside the Ape Society. It's crazy to even see it. We were talking about that last week. Doork East is like, just became like a community thing for people to actually wanted this to like generate the real estate value for that. It was like not one of the best areas inside of thing, and they made it one of the best areas just strictly off the marketing. They made like a whole magazine, so it was cool to see the community develop within a community. And then like the brand identity, like that's literally one of the things, right? Like this is NFT. These guys made Doork East a thing over there. So the brand identity is dope, and then obviously the staking in frames is going to be the first like big thing that's going to be coming this summer.
I don't know if you know this on me. I'm not sure because you're more up to date with Ape Society stuff than I am. So the staking in frames, so you'll be able to stake all that stuff before the cabins go live. Is that what I'm understanding?
As far as like being able to interact and walk inside the cabins and things like that.
Yes and no. So what I'm saying is, so the staking and the frames and the staking are going to go live before the interactive cabins. Obviously, it's what it's saying.
Right.
But isn't the frames going in the cabins?
Yes, and
yes.
The frames are going to go inside of the cabins here, and
what are you hanging your heart up, TJ?
Hold
What's
on.
up?
We got. I think
your
somebody else can
hanging
help
up
us.
outside in the trees.
Yeah, exactly.
We could get somebody else to help us out with this. He just jumped into the chat over here. Let's shout out an F35 or OG inside the chat. First time onto the stream. Everybody, welcome on Werz. What's going on,
What's
mate?
up, Werz?
What's happening, guys? Oh man, I can't believe I'm on it. I feel like a film star.
Welcome on, man.
Yo, it's good to hang out, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man, good. Nah, just
Chilling.
I absolutely love these live stream boys. They're just so good, like to get everyone involved and that. So, no, a pleasure to jump on.
I was going to say
absolutely.
first time on our stream, but not not unfamiliar with being on YouTube and presenting too. So perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, shout out Werz' YouTube channel too.
Werz, can you give a little quick thing? You're on F35 or OG in our thing, but can you explain real quick to the people out there what you're living the dream out there, man? You guys have a YouTube channel called Packing for Places. Can you quick explain what you guys are doing?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, me and my wife after COVID just had enough of. It was just bad times and all over the world. It weren't great. So we decided to sell our house, quit our jobs, and just go traveling the world. So
there you go.
7 months into, we got about 30 months we're doing. We're going home in December, so we still got 4.5 months left. So yeah, we decided to do a YouTube channel for all our family and friends, just to really see what we were doing, and it's sort of taken off a bit. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, and
amazing.
And yeah,
That's
people
awesome.
are loving it. So no, we're having a really good time. We're just leaving Canada tomorrow, and we're heading to the West Coast. We start in San Francisco, and then all the way down, and we'll see everyone at CNFT Con.
Awesome.
That is so cool.
I also see. Congrats to you. Congrats to Georgia, your wife over there. She bought her first CNFT recently, right?
She
Oh,
was
the introvert.
yeah, man. She woke up this morning. She was like, I own an NFT now, like, and she was so happy with herself, like, it was so good, like, and she really looked like she was looking at all the traits, and she was going, oh, this one looks quite rare, and she spent some time, she really got into it. So,
Yeah.
no, and she really got a good one. So I'm really happy for her. Really
That's
happy.
amazing to see, man. And I know you got a chance on Friday. I know you were in the space as well, and you're very aping into this as well over here, the Ape Society. What were your reactions to that Twitter space on Friday?
Yeah, man, it was. The thing is with Ape Societies, they never really let you know anything. Like, they're
Right.
keeping all their cards close to their chest. But the founders, like Congo and all that in there, it just they're building something good. So I just believe in the project. I think what they're doing is great. The utility, the staking. So I'm really, really excited. The roadmap was cool, but it don't really give you that much alpha, the sort of alpha that you want. So it's a shame, but I love Ape Society, man. I love it.
Oh yeah,
They give you enough just to keep everyone interested. So.
Well, that's what they do. They just give you a little bit, just to keep you coming
That's what
back.
Tommy likes to do, those little teases. Just like, we're not going to tell you what we have coming next week, but I promise it's huge and you're going to love it.
Oh, those work on me. I hate it.
They got
Yeah,
so
no,
much.
100%.
They got so much going on though, man. With the staking, with the cabins, and the floor price is just slowly, and it's organic growth. I think with Ape Society, it's gradually going up organically. It's not a pump. It's not a dump. It's moving organically. So I love the project. I'm really big in it.
Oh, absolutely. I know TJ was asking too recently about what's like the staking portion versus the cabin. TJ, I just sent you a link in our chat here. If you want to click on that, it'll kind of give a little overview about some of the staking stuff. So whereas in regards to the frames too, is this something, there you go, you can pull that up. For the frames itself, like I know we're not going to be walking around inside of our cabins anytime soon. I know that's going to be more something they're planning for the back end of the year. But for the actual frames here soon, they're going to be able to, I know that summer is what the plan is, where you're going to be able to actually purchase those frames with Society token. I believe it's 750 of it to get a frame, and then you're going to be able to stake your ape in there. Or you're going to be able to eventually, I think they have like some approved projects that you're going to be able to stake other NFTs, even if you don't own an ape inside there, to earn their Society token.
Yeah, no, I think you don't have to own an ape, which is a good thing, and that's what gives people that aren't in Ape Society a chance to get in. You can get yourself a cabin, and you can get into the Ape Society and start staking and start earning Society tokens. So I just think the benefit of having an ape is you get more rewards, so you're going to earn more Society token. But they're still to come out with a lot of the details. But if you jump in their Discord, man, the people in there, they're so clever, and what they're talking about and the way they're going to do it is just, it's mind-blowing what they're doing. It really is. It's really good.
Well, somebody asked this in the question, and I honestly don't know. I know there's certain projects that they're going to collab with, but I don't know if you have an answer to this either. Curly's saying, can you only stake projects that they collab with?
I don't think so. I think you can stake any NFT in there. But it's the rewards. Yeah, it's the rewards. I think, obviously, if you've got an ape and you stake an ape in there, the times of the rewards is a lot more than if you stake a non-ape. But I think you can stake any NFT in there. This is only what we've been told so far.
Right, and I can't remember, because I remember hearing something along those lines back in the day where I thought possibly that there were certain things that weren't going to be able to be staked, like I was mishearing.
Yeah, you might not be able to stake a $2, you know, a 2
right, like NFT. Some random projects that you just to think about. So they say you minted something, right? Like, and not to say that you would do something wrong, but somebody minted something like offensive or whatever it was, and then wanted to put it inside of there.
Yeah, there's got to be something, isn't there? Like, there's got to be.
Can't do my Mars bird.
Yeah, you could probably do Mars birds. I would say that.
There's plenty of tokens and things like that. I can see what you're talking about now. The reasoning for having that, because there's some projects that are just like a holder spot, or like a not even real NFT main part of the project. It's like the accessory side of things,
like an airdrop.
It might have to have a certain value. I don't know. It might be an NFT.
Exactly.
Has to be over 200 ADA, 300
That's
ADA.
A good point. That's a good point, actually.
What I'm really curious about is how that'll then affect like those markets. Like, there's not a lot of NFT projects we see. Usually they're all just boosting themselves, but the potential this has to not only boost projects they've directly collabed with and are probably friends with and business partners, but even not necessarily ones collabed with, just other projects that are having good return on society. Because if society truly takes off, the community continues, and they do deliver on what they're promising here. And then people are making a lot of society, like, because you're staking in Ugly Bros or something like that. People are going to start buying up Ugly Bros if that gives them, that extra edge on the utility, or they can get a cheaper Ugly.
Yeah, they're from a DeFi background.
Exactly.
So they're all about tokenomics, and that's why I think, like, for staking, I think this is a real strong project, because they've got everything in the mind, and the way they talk about the tokenomics and the DeFi aspect of it, I think it's only going to be good things. I'm just so excited. I just wish I would give you more alpha.
This gives you a good question over here. Osai was saying, will they be able to allot more for valuable NFTs? Obviously, society will still be the most. And I think this goes back to like the partnerships too, of like where, hey, it's Ugly Bros week, or it's Claymates week, or something like that, where if you stake this week for a double XP weekend or something like that, where you earn 2x staking rewards or something like that, they could definitely set up partnerships, I think, like that would incentivize.
And earn more society token if you're partnered with the project. Right?
Correct. And so this opens a whole new lane. Like you said, it benefits them, but it benefits other communities as well. Especially if you're a little guy, right? Like, say there's a new project there where these guys are really like, hey, I got friends here, or I got we really believe these guys are going to be big long term. Let's give them their boost inside of our platform, and it helps others grow along the way too. It's a really cool platform.
Well, sometimes that's all it takes too. Like you said, if you're a new project and you need that extra like little step in marketing or a promotion, even not speaking whether it's a good project or bad project, whatever, but just you need that kind of first week to survive. And if you can push through that, sometimes that's all it really takes to continue going and then end up developing what you're actually planning on. But some projects probably just end up failing those first 10 days, or the hype didn't get them caught on. They couldn't get the financing then to really roll out what they wanted to develop. So that can really help some projects like that.
Going back to like staking the apes, is this an accurate number of allocation that each?
I doubt it.
No, these are just.
But they're just kind of showing like the different.
Yeah, what the UI
allocation.
looks like.
Okay, I got it. We want to make sure.
Yeah. You could also
stake. The Medici is going to get the most, of course, because I mean they're the top ones, right?
Yeah. I got Grimmy over here saying you got rug projects that obviously they don't want to stake in them, but you could stake a framed Coco Loco. I wonder.
I said no. I got my what was it? Coco Nono Loco.
Coco Nono. Yeah.
Coco Nono. Yeah.
I think with the allocation, and what like your kings get or your merchants and stuff, what the team are sort of saying, it's more of the community that are sort of saying this is what we think's going to happen. So nothing actual solid has come out from the team yet. So it's just like the people, the whales within Ape Society Stock Trade, Chronic, some real big influences in are just saying this is what they think's going to happen. So there's still a lot of news to come out. But I think it's going to come out soon.
I wanted to pull this up too here because obviously Anax Amander over here. I think.
I saw that.
Tell me if I nailed your name over there, because he's actually doing. I believe he's one of the MFers over for Old Money. He's doing a Twitter post. If you give him the best reason why he's giving away a $0.2 bill from Old Money, if you can give him on his Twitter post. I don't know if you can link that, and if you want to put that in Discord or over in the YouTube chat. But he goes, I'm going to stake all 300 of my gingerbread squads. And you could do that, but you're going to need 300 frames to do that. So you take 750 society times 300. That's how much, so you're not just going to be able to just stake as much as you want. You're going to have the frames to do that.
That's a Coco no-no right there.
Yeah, Coco no-no all day. So, and I believe, I forget what the number they were saying though, but obviously with the different sizes, you have the cottages, the estates, and then the chateaus, of how many different frames you're going to be able to put in each one of those different properties. I thought I was saying, I heard like anywhere like, what was it, 25, 30 or something like that? Like for the, I don't know if that was for the chateau or the estate.
Yeah, well, we was trying to get it out of
they didn't say, right?
But they just wouldn't say. Chronic said, is it going to be less than 20? And they said, oh, definitely. And then I think they misheard and thought it said 120. So we still don't know. But, you'd like to think the small's only going to have 2 or 3, the medium 5 to 7, and the large 10 to 12. This is what the community's thinking.
Yes, and that's where Crawford was just saying the same thing. So you need the cabin space to be able to do that. So if you own one of the smallest ones, one of the cottages over there, you're not going to be able to, put 30 frames potentially in that. You're going to need.
I think it's going to be between 1 to 5, maybe for the small. That's just what the.
Yeah, and then everybody over here got Grimmy over there. Stake your Astro buttons. So one of the other things too was outside of that, they were talking about the landmarks on the actual heat map itself. I don't know, TJ, do we have the heat map that's up on? Is that on the website? I can't remember where that is.
I'll send it to you.
All the different sectors that are bought.
I'll send it to you, boys.
Yes, where all the districts and stuff are, where you can actually see.
It's on their Discord, but I mean, that'd be a bit barrier. Like,
I'll put it in our group chat in Discord.
Yeah, if you got it in the private chat, you can put it in here too on Restream. But one of the things they were saying is like they were teasing that so hard over there is about landmarks, like what those different landmarks could potentially be on the map. Dude, and they were like, I know Chronic was pushing them, was like, well, is it going to be like worthwhile to be near one of these? Is it going to be worth? And then they were just like, absolutely. We can't really say too much, but yes, it's definitely gonna be worth your while to be around one of those things. They can't go into what kind of details. And then on top of that, they were saying there's different reasons for some of the different types of landmarks, right? Where if they want to have like a DeFi one, they want to have like an artist, like collector kind of landmark. There's gonna be different places that may have different potential businesses that they were kind of saying for those landmarks, where they had those question marks right now.
Yeah, there's loads of different theories behind it. They haven't let on anything, but is being next to 3 question marks going to be more benefit than being next to 2 question marks or 1 question mark, or is 1 going to be better? There's just, the thing is, there's so many opportunities for so many different things to happen that no one actually knows what's going to happen.
Right.
You just know that you need to be near one. That's what I think. You've got to be near one.
And if you're looking at this map, you scroll up a little bit too, so you can see the full map. Where you can see, like, obviously the different heat map over here, where the dark red ones, those are what they're valuing. Like, they're rated through an A through like Z, like rating over there for the different districts. So with the redder the property, apparently the more hot it is, at least on the rating scale. And they're usually typically located closer to some of those landmarks. But I believe, is it District 11 over there? Is that where Doork East is?
Yeah, that's Doork East.
Yeah, so it's got a landmark built into it. And Doork East, if you go to like the secondary sales over on JFake store for like trying to get into Doork East, there's like a floor of like whatever it is, like 200 and some ADA right now for a cabin. But if you go over there, the last I had looked, it was like pushing like 800 ADA for a floor property inside of Doork East. And I know that's over on their I'll pull that link too, TJ, because they had the magazine over there.
And you can actually see that is actually all green. So if anything, that was never going to be the best district. But the community's come together and they've made magazines. They've really pushed this, and now it's the most expensive, and thought after area on the whole map.
Isn't that crazy? Where you can build like a brand inside of here.
Did that.
TJ, I just sent the link over there too. If you want to pop that up, you can showcase the magazine that they
have.
The
magazine is so good.
It's so good. It's so good. If you scroll down.
Who was it, Tommy, that we were? It was someone in chat. It had to be.
Even the flip.
Chronic or in Tal, and they were like, "Oh shit, my district's in Doork East."
It looks like a legit like magazine. Like somebody like whoever made this, it does an incredible job. I know there's a guy, I was named 404 Logic or somebody. He always does like the F35. He puts like the little iPad, like the little thing, them listening to us, or puts it on like the radio. But these guys have legit made an entire magazine.
Whoever made this needs to be on the team stat, because this is really good.
And this is just community members. This is just people in the community that have got together, and it just shows the power of a community, doesn't it? Like, if you all come together, they've made a section on the map really sought after and really valuable.
Oh, look at that right there. And even the artwork, though, these guys are incredible. I don't know if they work, if they're an artist or who they are, but they've done a really good job at integrating the apes into this and making like their own artwork out of it too. Like, look at that. They've got the chateau, like 3D model built into here. They've got, and look at how much text is in there, right? Like, obviously this is taking a lot of time to do.
I was gonna say, it's not even like a short magazine. It's
I like the reviews. That's my favorite part, is the reviews. They're the little like reviews and stuff, and then throughout it they have quotes and stuff like that. Like there's like quotes on some things throughout like the magazine that I really like.
Look at that. They got the alien apes there with nefarious alien activity in district. Like, look how cool that is. Like, so obviously these guys, these guys have done well for themselves. You know, inside there, and this is the power of branding.
Right.
Can you imagine, like, say, like you said, like there is somebody very talented who owns this NFT, and they decide, you know what, I'm going to build a business in this thing, and I'm going to make this the best district, even though like they, you know, like think about real life, like where it's like a rundown area, and somebody goes, you know what, I'm going to revitalize this area, and I'm going to make it the best part of town. And these guys over here, where they originally was never meant to be anything like crazy special, according to the way they developed it, they said, you know what, we're going to change that narrative. We're going to build something out crazy. And now everybody has migrated over to Doork East. It's its own thing. Like, that's insane right now to actually think about how that works. Oh yeah, GG, you put that. Oh, there it is.
And it actually looks like the magazine looks like something you'd get in a high-end real estate office. Like,
for sure,
you can imagine being in a proper real estate office, and this is the magazine. Like, it looks so good, really good.
Absolutely. Ryan, real quick, just wanted to shout out Energy, the podcast over there. Thank you guys for hanging out all night with us off the bed. Have a good night, man. You and Devon as well, if you're still hanging out. You nailed the pronunciation. Giveaways over though. Who ended up getting that over there? Anaximander. Damn it.
I like TJ in there. They have like the notable people though, like where they just really like kind of include. It's at the end, very back. But it's just how they kind of like really include their own community, and you know, they're all like
look at that, dude.
Back.
That's so cool. Hillbilly Crypto, thanks for hanging out as well. Have a good night.
Who's fast again?
Damn.
Who's who? Right there. There you go.
There you go.
It has like, you know, but I mean, obviously that's their ape pictures.
In on that?
It's just very cool how they like
really
get
feature. The bottom
community involved.
There you go.
I find that fun. Yeah. So
it's
yeah,
so detailed. It's just so detailed.
And each of them, yeah, they did a lot for it. They had their address in there and stuff. Their at on Twitter and stuff like that. Like they went all out. Like that's what I think is really cool.
I'm assuming these guys probably
show they care about the community and stuff too. Like they're having fun with it. They wouldn't, you know, this would be tough to do if you weren't really kind of enjoying it on some level.
Well, it feels to me like you're like the who's who, right? Like I'm assuming these guys probably have written descriptions like, hey guys, submit your descriptions if you want to be part of Doork East, and these guys have all written something like personal about their ape or whatever they want to write in there. So could you imagine, like, as this actually gets online, where the interactive portion of these cabins, because I know that was part of the roadmap, and they even got it advertised on their actual website about branding. Like, think about, we talked about, Tom, when you made the video with Chronic and Chrissy, where we had the projector where it was us kind of flashing onto the screen. Can you imagine, like, running, hey, over at inside of Doork East at whoever Alfred Thomas's house, we have the F35 podcast going on each week. You can come interact inside our cabin and watch our an exclusive video or something like that. We're same thing for you, right? Like you'd have packing for places. We're hanging out here for the summer over on this street. This is what, you know, like whatever. You can have fun with it.
The possibilities are endless, and this what makes me like so bullish with the community, because they say communities build projects, but they have literally done that, haven't they? And what they've done, I don't know any other project that have done it. So, and you see the detail of the magazine is just crazy. I did actually read it the other day, and it's just so much detail. I just love it. It's so good. I really want to prop it over there, but it's so expensive.
Oh, I'm trying to get into one of those before it gets even crazier. I'm probably showing it off now. We should have. Nah, dude, you got to get in. I want to be in the magazine, dude. See, they've already got me hooked over here.
Okay, before it gets any crazier. All right, you missed that when we talked to Chronic the first time and Chrissy.
Yes. Well, so over here too, like this is on the website right now. We're on the HSociety.io, but again, they've had this on there for a long time. But advertise your brand or something you're a part of through your cabin. So it's definitely interesting on what you'll be able to actually do with these cabins eventually once they do come online here. And even the 3D, like, can you imagine like you're on one of these things, seeing like these different NFTs, you can hear gold, the diamond-handed trophy hanging out for anybody who held through all the epics for the society air
trophies.
What these guys can do. There you go.
Get a whole trophy
put whatever. Again, the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, I love that they
this
like looking
project
towards
is
that
just-
advertising and stuff like that in a way that's not necessarily kind of like thrown in your face like annoying commercials can be. You know, it's done in a way where it's integrated like within that, you know, the society, or like in Cardopoly where it would just kind of be like sponsored squares, things like that. You can see that they've also really put a lot of thought into some like, how are we going to continue this into the future? You know, we've had our drop, we've had these initial stages where we got our funding, but when everyone's in their house with their, you know, their frames are all done, all that's made, they're making their society token, like how are we going to continue on our end to make money, develop further, and things like that. Like advertising can really drive that, especially as they get popular and big and people want to advertise with them.
Yeah,
I love seeing that. I mean, especially just them and Cardopoly, seeing them do that. It's just like, all right, these guys have not just a like 6-month or 1 year plan. Like they're looking towards like, we need to continue to be able to make like passive income to keep our development going.
Oh yeah, well this is where like all this stuff starts to get fun, right? We can trade these pictures all day long and have fun with it, right? But eventually, like, we want more than that. And some of these things are now starting to be able to come online. Like we just saw Cardopoly go online to actually be able to play the game outside of just owning one of the game pieces. These apes that we've owned for so long that have now started to earn the society token that you can trade on a secondary DEX right now, is eventually this game is going to be able to, you know, or not game, but this interactive world. You're going to be able to put these frames in, and they're building out their own story where you're going to be able to actually, like I said, brand yourself, play games, interact, have a whole secondary like thing going on. And eventually, you know, who knows where they go from there. But again, you've got a quality team. This project feels like, I remember when we first saw it, it was funniest reaction we ever had was just like, what are all these funny names? I think we were on with like J-Crypto or whatever it was back in the day. To see where they're actually at now, and they've definitely established themselves as one of those blue chip NFTs right now. What's the floor sitting at for these things? 2,200 right now. Yeah. So
it's
these
been
guys,
pretty solid. It's been pretty solid there as well. It's just been going up gradually and that. So it's been like sort of authentic growth. Do you know what I mean? When it comes to the floor price, and not news, not pumped through news. It's just been steadily going up.
Well, that's one thing that sucks about doing content creation on some level, is that you always have kind of a record of what we've talked about, or is like, you'd be like, Tommy, remember I told you about this 6 months ago? It was at like whatever the ADA rate is. I can't even remember it now.
Tom, remember it went down to 300 and we were like,
that's what I mean.
Oh God,
we can actually go back and be like, even just like doing a live stream, and the one you didn't make it on, TJ, the week you're having your baby, where it was just like, and I was seriously looking at buying one then, and just like, oh man, like what was I thinking? The price was this then. I can like directly hear myself say it looking at it live at that time, and now we're 2 weeks later and it's like, what was I doing?
Yeah,
I just think that's going to go up even more though, as all their announcements and the roadmap comes to fruition. I think it's just going to go up even more.
Well, even the cabins are what I think they're like 200, and that, you know, they've been at like 160, 180. The floor for the smallest cabins is like 200. The difference between that price and the actual ape themselves, when I think the cabins, you know, I know people kind of, I think, have gotten burned out on the quote unquote like metaverse plays, which is not really what they're going for as much. It is like a, you know, physical addresses and stuff, but I think they're going to have much more in store for those as opposed than just, hey, we're going to build a 3D environment where you can like wave to your neighbor monkey as a monkey or something. Like, I think they have a lot more going on as far as like making, you know, the tokenomics, making money, and giving you actual some return for holding, as opposed to just like a social type thing. Specifically. Because even there, you were saying, Werz, like, you know, how focused they are on tokenomics. I know that's something Chronic brings up a lot too. Chronic and Chrissy actually have both emphasized it, where the you know, limited amount of actual tokens available from the get-go
is
much
there's
lower.
A very low supply, isn't there? I think. Like,
exactly.
So
compared to at least, you know, some of the other projects like Pavia,
700 million or something like that. I want to say
750 or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty low.
700 million right here.
700. Okay, yeah. So exactly. So compared to some of the projects, which obviously less of it, each one's gonna be more valuable. That's basic stuff, but it is just cool seeing, how some of these things are differently.
And it's because they're from that DeFi background, so they understand how much. If you have flood the market, then the
exactly. They don't want to oversaturate and kill themselves. Yeah, I mean, you can destroy your own project by giving too much too fast.
Well, they got to hold the DeFi, the burning mechanism portion of this too is very interesting, right? Like tokens that spend on upgrades are going to be burnt. So like if you're buying stuff to mint inside this cabin, right? Like there's a whole play here, which I think that they've talked about where like the different classes and perks, where like the craftsmen over here are the ones who are at the, the bottom of the tier, I guess, of all the different classes. But at the same time, they could potentially earn a little bit. They thought that these may flip the artist over a certain time because these are actually able to build stuff and that you can sell for the society token over here.
It is nearly flipping. It is nearly
Are
flipping.
they not?
Is it?
When we did last time, they were the two lowest for two artists. When we talked
because
to
there's
Chronic
so
and
much
Chrissy
utility.
and Tal.
There's so much utility for them, and I think that's what's good about them. That even the floor, the lowest of the NFTs in the collection, have almost so much like utility and value to them, which I think is really clever.
Well, it's good. Yeah, like they've thought this out like way beyond just like, hey, we're gonna have all these and there's gonna be different classes, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, well, what's the benefit of holding one of the lower ones? Well, here you go. The lowest ones are, I like it because it parallels like the real world, like society, right? Like if you don't have people out in the working world like doing the things that other people don't want to do, the world doesn't function. And these guys are like, right at the bottom of the tier, and you need them in order to build and have all these nice things inside of your cabin. So it's a really cool parallel, right?
Damn, you got a Thomas, right?
Yes, I do have a Thomas.
Your family Thomas or his first name's Thomas?
No, it's Alfred Thomas is mine.
Alfred Thomas.
There's oh man, 2290.
Are you looking at one? Are you?
Tom's been eyeing one of these for a while.
Yeah,
get one,
all right,
Tom,
wait, Tommy, you got to pull this one up. I know
Get it.
Oh, you're on there. Look at the third one, third in price.
Thomas. Oh, we were talking about this, weren't we?
Oh my God,
Thomas.
You gotta get it.
Thomas. You gotta
get it.
Oh man.
Please get it.
Oh, that's so perfect. That is so perfect. I'm about to sell mine right now. I'm just buy this guy.
Oh, I'm Thomas.
That is so good, boys. It's meant to be. It's meant to be.
Oh,
that's
Thomas.
I remember when we were joking this back in the day. Is there a Thomas, and then here we are. We got Thomas over here.
That one next to it though, with a visor, looks really good. The one with the visor.
Oswin Cox over there. Yeah. Some of these names are just wild over here, but yeah, look at the floor, dude. It starts to jump pretty quick over here. Even like I said, the crafts, very interesting how these are going to play out over time. And one thing that I wanted to shout out with these guys too is that these guys have now put. The other day maybe it flip flops a little bit daily. Shout out to Chill Kongs. But overall volume in CNFTs right now, the Ape Society did push into the top 5. It looks like they're like neck and neck right now with Chilled Kongs. But they're quickly like establishing themselves towards the top of the CNFT world, and I can only imagine like what they do long term if they're able to execute like what they're planning on doing and what they're saying they're doing.
I think the difference is between the two. Sorry, Tom. The differences between the two of Kongs and Ape Society is Kongs have been out a lot longer, but I think the utility of the Ape Society are just starting to push them up a little bit, and I think people are looking for utility at the minute.
Well, that's the thing. Like we've talked about, and like even in this space is that taking overexposed and no shade at overexposed. I hold one of the one-on-one pieces, and I think it's a really dope project. Is where that project got so hyped and the artwork was so high quality, nothing like we've seen inside Cardano. But after when the roadmap and everything dropped, it wasn't what the expectations of what people wanted right away. And you've seen what that's done. It's gone essentially back down to mint price until they announce whatever the next plans are. I still think long term, that's still a great project. But you think about it, right? In the Ape Society here, they've always had something like kind of bringing people forward. And then in this space that you said that you're in right now, people need that. They want that. They want to have a reason to develop around that community, to be able to do something outside of just owning and flexing the picture. I think we've evolved in the NFT world from where we were last year.
100%. I agree. Well, especially because early in, at least for the three of us too, and TJ included, where we actually got in, it was a time of just flips. You know what I mean? Like money was made on the flip, and then as we started seeing some better projects come out, we all probably got a little more acquainted with the space itself, saw the ones that may have some future utility, and started to decide to start holding them. But we found now too that some of these holds are extremely long term. You know, it's not like kind of a instant return. So like you said, Werz, I think people are looking for utility, and also maybe some utility that is a little bit, you know, coming a little quicker than some of the other projects. Like I know Chilled Kong has a lot of cool stuff they're talking about, but it does seem like they're a little further away.
But
yeah,
no
like,
utility.
until that
that
comes
we know
out,
of, right?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
We know
Like,
of, obviously.
yeah, like until any of that comes out, like, you know, right now Ape Society is going to have the society token framing or staking with the frames coming out much sooner.
And that's why Yummies
so
are doing so
jump.
well.
Exactly.
That's why
Same with
people
Yummy.
love Yummies. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Where
And
they have like use right now where I can hold it for future value, which I still believe in, like the future the plans of the project, but it's also doing something for me at the same time right now. Some of these other projects that may believe in the future, but I can buy them, flip them, and then I'll get in there 3 months later and not just have it sit in my wallet doing nothing.
Oh, absolutely. Well, look here too, and this inspires confidence too. I always think this is big inside of a project when you see like big all-time high sales where they're not like, you know, if there's been some projects in the past where like, oh, there's wash trading going on, and those are just an inflate. That's not real. I believe this over here. Their highest sale is for the Edward Di Medici over here for 107,000 ADA, and this has been sold twice. And look at the original one back here. This is one of the. I think this is the top king, right? The Medici king
I think
over
it is,
here.
Yeah.
And someone back when these things minted 2/2 of this year bought it for 25,000 ADA back then, and then sold literally a month later for 107,000 ADA. Has not been. The same person holds on to it still. Like if you want to like buyer confidence, and I know same thing with Chronic, and shout out to Chrissy for making that call to get that king back when for 7,000 ADA. These things are selling for a ridiculous amount of money.
That was
right
a bold move what they done when they actually
100%.
told me what they done. It just come out the project and they just went and spent 6,000 ADA on something that had a crown on its head. Is crazy.
I was gonna say, yeah, the Kings had.
This is the rarest trait,
They
you know.
literally just were like, oh, there's crowns on a few of them. Let's buy one of those crowns.
And they spent $6,000 on it
and jumped in on it. Like they didn't even have like the roles in the Discord. None of that was going on.
So they deserve it. They deserve it because they took the chance, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely.
I was gonna say, I don't think you can't. It's not actually like since it's not a class, Tom. You can't even. Like,
I'm trying to like figure out where like the hat.
Yeah,
the hat.
It'd be maybe a hat.
There it is. There, King's Crown. Yeah. I'm always curious how many of these have actually sold. So you've got. There's been a couple of them that have sold. So look back in the day,
back in like February, people were probably like sick. Look how much I just made.
130.
That's crazy.
Rip to that guy.
I hope that it was meant to be like 1,300. It had to have been
130 one of them sold.
Only Walker for 1,000.
That's insane to look back at when these things minted, and now when you go literally fast forward a month after all that happened, where all the king. That's actually really crazy that this one sold for 5,000.
Go back down a little bit more, Tommy. Go back down a little bit more. I'm sorry, there was a couple in there. There's like a 25K. There's a 25K. Oh, it was Edward. That's why.
Yeah.
Never mind. That makes more sense. Because I was gonna say there's like still some of them selling for like 15, 16, 20K, and people are still posting for like 6K. And it's like, I mean, if you need the ADA, you gotta do it. And sometimes that's still plenty of money. Especially back then, it's a little better than it exactly is right now. But
you want to talk about a diamond hand community though too. At the same time, like King hasn't sold since the 27th of March, so it has been almost coming up on 4 months since the King has sold. These guys have been diamond handing this because you also get access to the round table, which is like an exclusive group of all the Kings. There's only I think 35 of them. And they get direct access to developers, to the founders, to pass ideas, learn about stuff early with them and what they're kind of taking to the future of the project. So really crazy what this project has done.
And if you list it, Tommy, you get taken out of Discord. Yep. You're not allowed in that channel if you list it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you might still own it, but you're not allowed in it because you've listed it. So
insane over there. So for anybody who's actually, I don't know, bold move if you made this, but definitely what happens when you get into a blue chip project inside this space, what these guys can do. Crazy what this done.
Hall of Fame right here.
Right? Oh God, can you imagine? Yeah, if you were the guy, I hope this was an accident, but if they did, whoever sold us for 130 ADA back in the day, can you imagine where that is now?
You can click on that one. It's like the first one. Click on Edward there. Does that have a sales history?
It does. It should. Oh, it's only sold one time.
Oh, that was
I think. Oh no, it sold for 7,500. Look at that flip. That guy made it, and within a matter of days, 5 days, he flipped it from 130 to 7,500.
fair play to him.
And even now, you look, back looking at that, it's fantastic. Now you even look back and it's like 7,500 still. Come on.
Wait, is this the one that Chronic and Chrissy? Is this theirs?
It might be actually.
It might be actually. You're right. With this gold sword, that is because that's the
Yeah.
one we used in our video. Come on, how we not pick that up earlier?
Wait, so
that is
they
bought it for some
hell of a flip by that guy, huh?
And
Whoever did
what
that.
a snag by them too. Damn.
Right?
That's
Can you imagine,
wild.
man. So yeah, shout out to Chronic and Chrissy for the Ape Society. Yeah, they were one of the reasons I jumped in, as well as Slick over from the Ghost Chain community. Two of the guys that were pulling me in early. I still hold on to my ape now. Every now and then I just look over there and I'm like, when am I going to get to actually do this over here? And I know the roadmap. We're kind of getting into the. It's coming, but there's nothing quite yet. A lot of this stuff is still going to be later in the summer and then into the fall of this year. So still got some time to get in if you're still looking, but this thing is held pretty stable. I can't imagine it's really dropping too far below 2,000.
What did you buy in for, Tommy? What did you get in at?
I bought in at 1,400.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
And
then it went right up, didn't it?
Yeah, it shot right up to like 2,000 right after that. And then I was so tempted to sell at that time because it went up so high real quick. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to hold on for that whole time period. And then I ended up doing the whole epic staking for the society. And it's just held on to it since.
How much did you get in society? Did you flip
it? It was like 55, 45, I think. So 5,500. So it was worth, I think right now, currently, I don't know what the price of it is.
Oh, it's dropped,
still like,
I think it's dropped.
It's worth like 285, 300 ADA or something like that. So it's nothing crazy yet, but I know, yeah, but you only need 750 of it to buy a frame. So that'll be interesting how that'll work.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious too about anybody who else. And it was funny too because I know we did see last live stream over here. Dilly, who was in the chat, he actually discovered that he had a spot over in Doork East. He didn't even know he had it. So it was dope to see.
That's who it was. It was Dilly. Thank you. I was trying to remember who that was, Tommy.
Yep.
Where he was just like, let me look real fast. We were talking to Tal and Chrissy and Chronic, and then he was just like, wait, this reminds that. Oh, cool. And then he jumped in there in the Discord and stuff with Chrissy. Chrissy sent him all the links.
Oh yeah. Well, the crazy part about this, these guys is just how fast they've continued to grow as a community. They've got 2,291 owners. It's decent with 7,000 of these NFTs.
I think that's quite good. I think that's a good ratio.
Yeah, that's not a bad ratio for them over there. And I know there's some people that hold a bunch of these, right? And they're going to continue to be the whales over there. But it's good to see like new people are continuously buying in, and there's high volume for these as well. It's not like you see one sell like every day. Like you've got a few of them selling throughout the days, and these are high values worth of ADA too. It's not just like some small little amount. So it's key that these are constantly moving a little bit too. New people are getting in and out. So I don't know. I'm excited for Ape Society. I really do think they have established themselves as one of these blue chip projects inside of this community we're in, and they got a chance to run really within that top. They are pushing to that top 5. They got potential to push top 3 easy if they continue to do what they're doing.
Yeah,
right now.
I think they have. I think with what they got coming out, but all it takes is Kongs to bring out some utility, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like I think Kongs will just go crazy. So it's on the news at the minute, I feel like it's going there. But to say if Kongs do something crazy,
Kongs are having a run up. Yeah, definitely on that. It's curious too because you got Boss Cats, which have been continued to do the volume that they've done, and then obviously Claymates and Pavia and Space Buds over there. So some big ones to chase right now. But these guys, again, they only got started back in like the end of January. So got a lot to still go. These guys.
I think if you was to add the cabins to that, then they've probably done more, haven't they? But then they got more supply.
They've got 14 million there, and then 3.5 million. So they're about 17 point something million, which would put them still only in the top 5 over Chill Kongs. Yeah. So shout out to them for that. One thing I know, Werz, I don't know if you got it. I think you caught it in late because we were talking over in the Discord. But recently, within the last 24 hours, has been the Beyond Citizens.
I'm so gutted I missed this, man. It's
absolutely insane over here. These last, so we talked about this, right? We had Chronic and these guys on. We talked about it over in our podcast a few times. I held one of the Adaville homes. I remember when the towers last year were all minting. It was like a race to get inside of one of the rooms for Beyond Rocket City. But these citizens, basically they were minting, and we would talk about it, Tom, in the thing where the whitelist or the pre-sale were selling for 50 ADA for anybody who held an asset or was whitelisted, and then the public was 90 ADA. And we're like, how are they going to combat like that big difference in price point between the pre-sale versus the public? And then they ended up, and I didn't know that at the time, where they were doing an unrevealed style mint. So you had the passports where you didn't know what you were going to get, which we thought was a perfect way to go ahead and to like kind of combat that, right? Like the unrevealed mint strategy. So nobody, they couldn't flip because the floor automatically went to 98 once those 50 had set, because they already knew that was going to be the mint price. And then they roughly 5,000 of these had sold within almost about 2 weeks. We were kind of concerned, like, are these going to sell out? Like, what's going to happen? And then they had their bonfire like Twitter space on Saturday, I believe it was, in the morning, and they started to do the reveal for these. And then once the reveal happened, like the profile pick portion of these, they looked really, really good. And all the different traits were all very unique. All of them, even the most common ones, really started to look really good. And then that inspired everybody to be like, yo, I want to see what else is out there. And then the mint started to happen again. And then from within 12 hours, roughly a little over 5,000 NFTs got minted. The other half of the collection got minted in that same day. And they sold out all 10,000 with a 98 a price point in this bear market that we're in right now, which is an incredible feat.
Very good. Very.
I missed it too, where of course Tommy gets like some rare.
Yeah,
he
said that he told us, but I don't think he did. I don't think he did tell us. From the usual Tommy.
He did. He didn't add everyone. He just like subtly said, "Hey, by the way, there's a mint happening right now. If you want to get in on it."
I pressed you guys a couple times in the Discord. I said, "Hey guys, there's a mint going on," and then I was like, "Yo, I think these are gonna sell out tonight. Hey guys, here's the chance if you guys want to get back in." And I literally put like 3 different messages in there. So
look,
there was no.
I'm gonna see if he's. I'm gonna look back.
You look back. You can fact check me on those ones, and I did tell you guys. But these, the secondary sales for these have been going actually insane right now. And then Brinksley. I don't know if you noticed. No Brinksley over in it's got the alien. Right? Yeah, the alien Dead Pixel. Yeah. He minted the #1 voxel one of these Beyond Citizens over here. He minted a #1, and recently.
Tommy and Rugged
right now, and it's really cool. Like, and I think there's only like 9 of these things total inside the entire collection for like voxel style guy. But if you look at the all-time high sale, so it is a voxel. Let's see if I can get this ordered right without my computer.
I was just trying to find what the all-time high.
They had actually a new one just beat it. It was 10,000, and now it's saying 15,000.
Tommy here, Rugged hard.
Am I?
Yeah. I could hear him fine.
Can you hear me?
It was breaking up a lot.
Yeah, you had a couple breakups there, but yeah, I was looking at that too, Tommy. But also the floor itself is at 99. So like, if you are looking to get in and want to look at like some of the roadmaps and the information to get on the Beyond Rocket side, it's 99. It's still very accessible as far as getting into the access to the project.
The way these have been selling, man, I get like a vibe of like something bigger than this is where like not like next Claymates, but definitely something along the lines of like, I don't know, something feels special about these guys right now.
You guys heard it here first. TOMMY calling it out. Next Claymates is
financial advice.
Beyond Citizens.
That's a big statement. That is.
I agree. Just because how long this project's been around. And because I do like Beyond Rockets, so I have some bias there because I do enjoy them. And they're one of the early ones that we were looking at from when we first started, just kind of had that nostalgia to it. I really hope, he has a lot of plans for these with some sort of functionality maybe within Beyond Rockets and further like development on them. And it's not just kind of like, I need a mint like 10K or something that it's made in the world. So I really hope
that's a big project, isn't it? 10K
yeah, right. To sell that out, it's huge. Yeah. Exactly. He's got the attention of the community now too. He's got a little hype behind it. Let's keep that momentum going.
The hype is moving hard right now on these guys, which is insane because it's so crazy. You don't see that, right?
Let's pump the brakes. It's a 99 floor, all right.
No,
I'm going that hard. It's going to sell out. That's positive. I'm not taking that away from them. They sold out 10K.
No, I'm talking about
right now in a bear market. Like that's fantastic, but.
I'm talking about what they did right in this market as far as like minting 5,000 of these things, like selling the other half out, like what kind of a feat that was. Like based upon strictly like the community, kind of like a little bit of FOMO induced, right? But
it's all FOMO. That's my problem, though. You see sometimes how fickle and like how rushy the market can be, where like some of these projects come out, they do everything right, they show you all the information, they actually have good team, good art, it's quality. Not to say any of these things aren't this and beyond citizens. I'm not using them as an example, but and then they don't even get close to selling out. They sell 25%, and then sometimes all it takes is some of the right tweets at the right time with the right members of the community on.
Well, did you see who was tweeting? Did you see who was tweeting? Faha was tweeting about them, and CJ was tweeting about
yeah,
two sort of big players. But let's not take it away from them. 10,000 to mint out,
exactly.
it is massive, and we'll just have to see where they are in a few weeks, won't they? But I think the art looks cool, and I was a little bit gutted I didn't get involved because I've seen some really clean ones. Some of them look really cool.
Oh yeah, there's some of their traits and things like the colors for these guys. Like they stood out quite a bit. Like they're very profile picking for these things for sure. With the voxel style of this, it's very clean. Yeah, so I think a lot of people like Faha and all those guys and Crams and all that. There's some big. That's the other part about this. We did have the backing of some of these OGs where. It became fun for people inspire confidence, whether hey, Faha's buying some of these, this might be a good project, I trust him, boom, here you go. So you can even see like they got the bowls, which I know Faha was rocking, so they look very, very nice. I'm curious.
Well, I mean, this is an OG project too, essentially. Like Beyond Rocket's been around for a long time, so they're a well-known team already. So they already had them backing it, which is a big help and confidence for the community when they're going to mint something.
That's why they had some of those guys talking about it too. It's not I was just bringing it up because it's just like, hey, I minted 5 of these. Everyone else go mint them, so you drive the floor up. But
they look cool though. The one with the glasses.
I love the invisible. He put a tweet out today too, saying, "I think that someone rugged all my traits," and it's just the glasses, the invisible guy.
I like the one in all the. That's the one I like. That's like as cool as the 3D glass one is. It's a little too minimal. I like the one with like the really clean attributes. The white match. Yeah,
well, that's how I feel.
Looks really good. I like how they match like that.
I feel that way about the headless, like Good Charlotte Clays.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get what the rarity of it, but I'm like, it's still like headless.
Not enough.
It's just
I need more.
It's just the torso here.
Yeah, this one, Vivato, I think has this one as well. So some of these are really cool, the invisible like heads, but I think the robots are dope as well. But I really like the TVs. Did you guys see any of those ones where they were like the actual like traits from I can't even know. I have to go back to like the
TV on the heads, like the heads for TVs.
Here you go.
They look really good.
Yeah, those look dope. They have the rooms here, the isometric room, like power body right here.
I don't know if I've seen the rooms
robots
around. That's really cool. I like the room ones. That's
the room. I haven't seen.
I don't necessarily like them as much personally, like the aesthetic wise, like as far as NFT goes. But it's cool to have a throwback like that to what the original Beyond Rockets. Yeah, really neat.
Oh yeah, damn, they got the rooms. They got Faho. How much? 500.
Holy shit.
Oh, so there's some of those guys in this community that own a ridiculous amount, and people were scooping these. Like on a big part of like my biggest thing for this was like how fun it got for a little bit, because I was like, you got that rush of like, you know what, I'm gonna mint another, and I want to see what it reveals into. And like I said, TJ always gets pissed at me because I minted 8 of these on the last day. My last one, bro. I got number like 203 on the last poll.
Of course you did.
Exactly. I'm surprised it wasn't 200 or 100.
It was no, I didn't go that high, but it was, I forget, I don't know where he is right now. Somebody relisted it actually. They bought it from me for like $1,099 and they relisted it for like 1,800 already. So that guy's probably gonna sell it. Yeah, this one right here. He's got it relisted already for $1,899. It's a dope little thing. So what I did though is I ended up taking some of that profit that I made and I ended up buying this guy right here.
Yummy.
So I got So no, I got this guy right here, the little robot.
Oh, that's cool.
So I ended up rolling profits into him. So it's cool. Like I was trying to flip my way up, honestly, to get one of these TVs or one of these cool ones. So we'll see what happens. Look at this. You got the snakes, the Medusa right here with the little Mario like body. So they have really fun, like cool traits, which is I think part of the reason why people are still buying these. Like T-Rex head, like some of the traits look very well done, and they're very colorful too, which I think people like. So we'll see what happens with these. I've seen people claiming that these things are going to push up and continue to grow up the floor. Obviously, not financial advice. I could see them, continuing to. He executes drops his roadmap and all that. I know they're planning on doing some maybe vehicles and things like that, and actually getting inside this whole city. I don't know. It's a potential sleeper for a big project right now, and it's got the funding now with what you just saw sell out with 10,000 of those at that 98 price point.
And they've had
think
big
they'll do
sales
well,
already.
too.
I mean, people are definitely paying attention to it. People are grabbing these up,
yeah.
spending this data, you know, for a reason.
And
Yeah,
the floor's
there's
only the floor's only
And
99 at the
100.
minute, so it's still a chance to get in now
If it does pop, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I'll
If it
probably try
pops,
to get in a few weeks if I can. I'm holding out on Ada for you guys know a project.
for,
you know,
for
I'm
one
holding
big
out.
project.
For one big
TJ,
pro- the one
big
big
project.
project I've been waiting
TJ, yeah.
for.
What I was gonna say, what project are you holding out for, man? TJ, you want to take over the screen for me? Help me get
I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called the Mallard order. I've been, I'm holding some Ada out for that project right there.
let's go.
Especially
Let's
after
get the
they dropped
Mallard
Yeah, you
order
don't even know how
going.
much ADA you need or when's the mint.
They got the mint price today.
We
Come on,
know
TJ.
how much
I'm
data
trying
we
to
need.
set you up here. You got to yes stand me on that. Come on, man.
I need
Come on.
540 for all my ducks. I want to get them all.
Yo, shout out also to the chat over there. I got everybody roasting me right now. Usually the usual suspects. We got Grimmy and Shiny over here. We got Werz on stream. He usually just tells me I'm rugging or something. Grimy.
Big up Grimy, big up Shiny,
Yeah.
big up Curly.
We got to get an OG night going on out here. If you
Yeah.
if you're one of our OGs, Werz, I know he's jumped on. If you we'll definitely need to do an OG night out here. If anybody else wants to, we'll open that
Panel.
one night.
Rotate.
Yeah.
That'd be
Play
cool. I'd like it.
Cardopoly, definitely. That seemed really fun.
Now we're
like.
talking, yeah.
that was
Oh
cool.
yeah.
Yeah,
I love
that
how
we should
fast
do
that
it,
game
like,
was. I'm really
Get
excited
a
how
game
fast
night
that
or
was.
whatever. That'd be cool, man.
That'd be dope. Real quick before TJ gets going into this, if there is anybody still in the chat who hasn't jumped over here, make sure to jump onto the video and like and subscribe if you're not, if you enjoyed the content. But a like will go a long way in helping this grow as we continue to do these live streams. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. TJ, let's go back over to a project that we've all been hanging out. We can all thank you for and thank Werz
No,
too.
it's Werz, bro. Finally,
Yeah.
get to thank Werz in person for this project. He's the one that showcased it to me.
That's my
And they
shout
get
out
there.
every week. I get
It
one
is.
shout out because you always say, no, it was Werz. And
Because
I'm like,
I don't want to take credit for it. It was you. You were the one that put me in front of this project, 100%. I want to give you credit for it.
Yeah, no, it's a good find. And then I sold out the first bit of money I got, like the sniff of money, and I was gone. Like, for God's sake.
It's extremely tempting, even now. Like,
I know, but
it's just seeing the
700.
price of how it goes. It's
700.
Well,
crazy.
two just sold for like 1,700 and then 1,800. I think I
Oh.
just saw.
I know.
Well,
I know. But
No,
you know
one
what,
sold for
though,
19 tonight, TJ.
Oh, it was 19. Shit.
They sold for
Almost reached
19
one, it's
tonight?
sold for 19 tonight.
So, Werz, can real quick before we get into all the pricing and stuff, because we did get a great announcement. What kind of pulled you into this project, and why did this even catch your eye?
It was just, I love DuckTales, right? DuckTales when I was a kid.
Yeah, maybe go to the
was
sneak
just
peeks.
like the coolest thing ever. And actually, the other night we was in one of our Airbnbs. I looked over and on the DVD rack, DuckTales.
There
so
you
I
go.
stuck it on. Me and my wife watched it, and at the end, DuckTales. It was just so good, like. So
Let's
DuckTales for me, I absolutely love DuckTales, and it's just something new, isn't it? We haven't seen ducks. Well, we hadn't done. Obviously, now we've had Dean's ducks and stuff, but the art's cool, and it just brings me back to my childhood, and that's probably like a lot of people. Like, it just reminds me of that.
Well, we got some new sneak peeks today. Those are the two newest ones you're seeing here with the dog. He has like those, like somebody just farted eyes or something like that, where he's like,
No,
It's
it's
like-
the guy from that. I don't know what cartoon it is.
Is that what they call that? Just hard
Farting
eyes?
eyes.
no, no, like somebody just walked in front of you and crop dusted you. It's like,
Oh my god. Demosthenes gonna roast you for that one.
hey, TJ, how do you say his name again?
Demosthenes.
Demosthenes. I know, who was the guy roasting us in the chat? Like, they can't pronounce it right, but TJ.
That was the episode
pronounced
I
it
wasn't on there.
right. Yeah, I just call him Demo or Demo, one of the two.
Domino's Pizza?
Domino's Pizza.
Damn, Tommy's roasting you next. You're next
Huh?
on the list.
No,
Tom's
he's
on
gonna
the hit list next.
So yeah, this is the artwork. So where is it's a colorful, like, was it anything like did you know anything about how cryptic they were with like their
I don't think they
interacting?
released any of these pictures.
No, I think
They did.
it was just a tweet I saw, and I just saw. I think it was the one with the red eyes or something.
Yeah,
And I was just like, "Whoa!" Do you know? Oh, is that one?
Which one?
With the teeth?
Which one?
It might have been that one, the red one.
Mhm.
I was just like, "Shit!" And then I saw like, yeah, the one with the red eyes, and it just looks. the art just is cool, isn't it? And that's what TJ loved about it, wasn't it? The art is just so
Profile
clean,
pics.
and
Yep.
it is profile pics. And as I say, with DuckTales, it just reminded me of it, and I was just hooked straight away.
Me too. As soon as you showed it to me, I was hooked. 100%.
We got to shout out the chat. We got our guys coming in here roasting me, of course. But Osai, if TJ doesn't get a rare duck, there's no justice in the world.
That's right. You know, Tommy's gonna get the rare duck though. We all know who's getting the rare duck.
No, TJ or Werz, one of you guys deserve this.
It's about time someone else got some minting luck.
That's what I'm saying.
Isn't it?
Someone else
It's
needs
about
to get it.
time.
I will say, I got the invitation luck too. So did you, Werz. I had the invitation luck.
Yeah,
Both you guys
Maybe
did.
Tom, it's your turn to get some luck.
I want that Darkwing duck. That's what I'm eyeing up.
Yeah.
I really want the Darkwing duck.
You got to fight Darkwing in the chat. He's going for it too.
Darkwing's got the 10 invites. CNFT BTC has the 10 invites where you get the night roll. Like you get additional rolls for holding multiple of these, and they stack on the mint. So if you hold an invitation letter, you get 3 whitelisted mints instead of 1 compared to that. So TJ, you want to go into this because they finally dropped the pricing and the structure for how the mint is going to work. We know it's happening this month. We do not have a date yet.
Right, so each roll is going to have a different minting window or time to be able to mint these. So obviously, I'm assuming invitation holders are going to get the first crack at it and get the 3 NFTs, and then initiate. Then after that, the next time slot will be outsider. Now, outsider is technically is a public mint, but you have to have the outsider role in their Discord. So it's semi-public in a sense, if you want to.
Not essentially, right? Because if you get in now, if somebody joins the Discord now, they become a stranger when they get into the Discord.
That's what I'm saying. You have to have the outsider role, so it's like semi-public.
But
so
how do you get the outsider role, right? So
How
that's the thing. You have to be able to interact and chat.
But what I'm saying is it's not a guarantee to get a duck, is what I'm saying. So technically you're competing against all the other outsiders. That's the only kicker. That's why I call it semi-public.
Well, like you said, if you get into the Discord now, like you just joined, you're just catching this right now, and the first thing you do, if you don't have the ADA, you're not going to buy one of these invitations. The invitation skips all that, and you get that role right away, right? And but if you don't, and you get the stranger role, in order to get the outsider role, you have to level up, and you have to interact, engage with either I'm on Twitter, inside of Discord, and then they take notice of that, and they will upgrade your stranger role into the outsider role, and like you said, then you're able to actually mint, and it's going to be all done through Discord over there as well. So it's going to be tied to not your actual wallet address, but actually tied to your Discord account.
In the role, yep. Another thing too, I don't know if you noticed this as well. So it says the ranking itself will also count as a weighted raffle ticket towards blue chip raffles. So I'm assuming that means they're going to have raffles for like big blue chip projects, depending on the role you have, or if you hold an invitation. I'm not sure specifically what that entails. It just, I don't know. I'm just very curious what that means. I'm excited.
Imagine if you could win a clay or win a,
right? That's what I'm saying.
So we've talked about this already. Like, I don't want to give away too much of the information because some of the stuff that people are seeing, not everybody has access to this, and we don't want to dive. We do have taken an oath of secrecy, TJ, so we don't want to give away too much of this. But there is giveaways that happen if you hold the invitations, right? They do daily, what they call daily blessings, which is, it's known. We've talked about that. So they're using secondary sales from those invitations, which they haven't sold anything yet, and they're funding these daily giveaways of ADA and certain things. So I can only imagine what, how that blue chip portion of that would happen, where they could either purchase blue chips or however it is, they could do community votes or however I don't know what they're going to do with that stuff, but that's a cool way to go ahead and give back to some of the holders. But also, one of the things that kind of struck me to that also is that there's going to be incentives for holding multiple of these different ducks, right? Your ranking is going to be able to actually increase. And if depending on the weighting of your rank, like depending on your ranking, the weight of these giveaways and different things increases. So it gives incentive to hold multiple ducks, not just kind of hang on to a rare one. Right. Yeah, if you see that inside of there as well. So
if there's any confusion too as far as the minting goes, because I honestly had this question and Tommy had to educate me in the chat. So obviously it's 90 ADA per NFT if you have the invitation, which you only get 3. But then after that, it's 130 if they're initiate. So you still have to pay the 130 if you want your initiate duck, and so on and so forth for outsider role. So it's not just 90 across the board. What I'm saying, you have to pay what each role it costs.
Right. So there's essentially 2 whitelists before the outsider public. It's not even a public, man. It's a role specific mint that you have to be
Yes.
actively engaged in. So the first whitelist is the invitation holder, like TJ just said, 90 ADA. You can mint up to 3 of those. That's 270 ADA right there if you want to mint all 3. Next, if you are an initiate inside the Discord, you get 1 NFT per wallet per transaction. That's the 130 ADA that we're talking about. But there's a little bonus to that, where if you've done all these trials recently, if you made it through all 3 of the trials, you get what they call a trials champion role, and that enables you to mint an additional 1. So you can actually mint 2 in that transaction with the initiate whitelist spot of that for 130 each.
Okay.
Then if you then it opens up until the public portion, we call it, but you have to be an outsider in the Discord in order to do that. That's the free for all at that point, where it's still 1 per transaction, unlimited number of transactions until they sell out at the 130 ADA. And
do you think 130 ADA's quite a lot?
For the art and the quality, I personally don't. But that's not me just because I hold an invitation.
I mean, it can be looked at both ways, right? I mean, I know we say like 1 ADA is 1 ADA, right? But at the end of the day, if you're gonna do like dollar cost average to it, it's like $58.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I spent 85 on one clay. So I mean, it depends how you look at it, right? If you sell or whatever ADA, then you're gonna be losing money. I don't know. I don't think it's
that dogs
bad.
on the chain was like $120 or something. No, those
Exactly.
were 15 ADA. I lied. That was
you got to think.
That was $40, Tom. That was 28.
Oh,
So that was still
$45.
$40.
Yeah,
So this is $58.
No, it was ADA was
$65 is what Curly
Yeah.
Knox is saying. What it is, whatever at current prices.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
that.
not a lot. I know, but it's just the 130.
But if you're
sounds
also
a
one
lot,
of those
doesn't it?
people that aren't buying ADA right now, like you're just not really interested in spending actual
Exactly.
cash on ADA, like you have your own ADA that you built up in your stock, it is a little bit to kind of be like the amount of moves I made and stuff to get to where I'm at now, and then like anything over 100 always makes me kind of like
here's my other argument to why I think that's a good price point is because it doesn't encourage people to try to mint a shitload of these things off because it's only it's only 58. I'm going to mint a bunch of these and then just dump them if the floor price goes up. These you need to think about your purchase now. Like, hey, that's 138. Like, what do I want? Do I want to be in this? Like, am I going to try to flip it? Or it makes people think a little bit more with that kind of a higher price point.
Exactly, that's true.
So I think you have to be a little more
Value
engaged.
purchase, that's for sure.
Yeah, I like think about it. I take Equine. I remember that. Like when I bought that for 250 ADA back in the day. Like my first intention wasn't to be like, all right, I'm gonna go flip this. It was like I'm buying this because I'm committed to this project. I'm probably gonna hold it for a while before I get rid of it. Werz, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, they've
price
done
point?
so much, the Mallard order. They've got such a name now in Cardano. Like everyone's talking about them, everyone's buzzed about them. It shows the price of the invitation. So I don't think people are going to flip these. I think people are going to hold because I really think the price is going to go up. So I think the team have maybe looked at that and said 130 ADA. No, we've built up enough hype. We've got enough following. 130 ADA is solid. So
yeah. I agree.
I'm really looking forward to this. I think
too.
it's going to be really, really good. And I really look forward to see how the floor rises and what other utility it gives. Because at the minute, it's been my wife, she's sitting back there. She's been stuck in this for the last 2 weeks. She's Mallard order. She's talking about ducks. It's got everyone involved.
Well, the crazy part is that TJ, we can't show it on here yet because I know it's not been announced, but they have dropped something recently over in the holders channel that completely came out of left field that we had no idea that was going to be a thing. And it just kind of took us by surprise. It's like, okay, they've got, I wonder what else they've got up their sleeve right now because it's something really cool, which I'm sure will get revealed over time. I don't know when that's going to happen, but
for as much as it's shown us so far and as much they have planned, I feel like we're just scratching the surface. I feel like they really have big plans for this project and they really have thought it out well. It's not just like day by day they're like, oh, what should we do today or what should we do this weekend? No, they've really thought this out. You could just tell just by the trials, what they write and how they post. They're not idiots. They know what they're doing. They've really thought this out.
Very smart.
The supply is 6,500, I believe. Someone asked in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then Oside's take on this was saying, I think floor prices of other projects matters more for pricing than the USD value right now. That's his take. It's tough, right? Like when you set up 138 a mint, right? Like the floor, essentially, if anybody was to sell out of it, you would assume would be 138, right? Nobody wants to sell for a loss. And obviously people do that when they're trying to flip. This feels like one of those ones though, like, I mean, let's take an not to overexposed extent. I don't think it'll ever go that high, at least off the rip, but overexposed when they had so much hype behind them. When they dropped, it was like 1,200 to 1,508 a floor for a little bit, and it fell back within that 700-800 range. And it took them months because of just less and less hype to eventually get back down to mint price. These guys, I feel like in my head, like I could easily see anywhere from a 200 to 400 like floor like established for these ducks,
Like
especially if they're
Right off the bat, right? I think so.
yeah, like Dead Rabbit, right? Yeah,
yes,
Resurrection
exactly.
Society. Yeah, 100%. I could definitely see they kind of got like a similar art style in a way, like that dark, more ominous
With the
theme.
grungy, dark vibe. I love it. Though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's important to note, TJ, I'm going to take real quick on a screen
Yeah, you're
share,
good.
see if it doesn't rogue me on here for you guys. Let's you can get that comment off. Sorry.
I definitely think solid what Curly said, that flippers will always flip, but I think that's a good opportunity then. If you haven't got on the whitelist or you can't get one, you need to be on there and get in them
Oh, we'd
snipes.
be waiting.
because
Yeah, I
there
think
will be people that will just throw
You
them
load
away
up
from
ready.
next to nothing, and
Absolutely.
you'll be able to get in on it.
Oh, I'm trying to load on some Meta for sure to snipe some stuff off. Like that's what I did with Beyond Rockets. Like on this past weekend, I sniped a few like rare ones as the mint originally went out there, and we just saw as a perfect example for the kings of Ape Society when they first launched. Somebody sold a king for 138. 3 days or 5 days later, flipped it for 7,500. So there's always opportunity out there. But this, what we wanted to mention with this is the order. The Order has made a pact with Jazzy, P, CNFT, and Knackfish, the founders of Tavern Squad. They'll be handling our minting process and have helped many other projects like False Idols and Onboard NFTs achieve a successful mint. They have the test video, so they kind of show you, here's the platform that the minting is going to happen in, and it's going to be Discord based, as you can see, and you're going to require you to connect your DApp wallet to it, so either Eternal or Nami, it looks like, to be able to actually get in and do this. And it's all going to be smart contract, multi-sig mint over here. It looks
A bit like Cornucopias sort of vibe, the way they were doing it.
yeah,
with,
connected to the website and look at that.
Yeah.
So there's the three right there, right? If you were to do all three, they're kind of giving you that little thing where you can choose to mint however many. God, I wish I could mint 10 of these things, but yeah,
I know.
right? But it looks like, yeah, so they even have a captcha and things like that. So this is one per transaction too. If you are in the outsider role or don't have all three roles, you're only going to be able to do this once. So I can only imagine. I don't know how many people are in the Discord right now currently. Do you see that, TJ?
8,730.
you're only going to get one transaction.
You're going to get one. I
transaction,
feel like
that's
it's going to be. That's the thing. Do you think
You're only
they're
gonna have a chance for one. It's gonna be way too fast. Like you may get that second one off before they know they've closed, but when you finally see yours go through, they're gonna
You'll
be
get
like,
a refund.
yeah. They're like, yours went through 55 minutes after we sold out.
Yeah.
I'm anticipating an instant sellout once the outsider.
Oh,
role gets
I do. I kind of think I'm in the same boat, and we talked about this though too. In the same boat, TG can take back over. I don't want to run through this, break my screen. But this is they've essentially whitelisted their mint out already, right? Like you have to be involved in the project.
Yep.
This is why I think they're going to sell out, right? You've already got all this.
It's genuine, isn't it? There's no people in there. It is genuine people that want to be in the project, that have worked hard to be in there, and that's why I think it'll be successful. I don't think anything else on Cardano has made you work as hard just to be able to bloody pay them some money to mint for it. So that's why I think it'll be successful.
It's a point that Tommy and TJ have brought up before, where they even think like, we feel like some people, even maybe like in the our community of like people on YouTube and stuff, we don't really see them getting talked about a whole lot, and it almost seems like that's part of the reason why, because there's so much to take in, so much to do to even get to those like basic beginner roles that it's just a little too much. Like some people just don't have the time with how much
I remember hearing
dedication.
Tao
exactly.
Crypto was like, I am not spending my bloody time doing that.
Exactly.
And when I told him to buy, he did purchase it at like 1175, and now what's the current floor?
He snuck back out, but
I know he did. But I'm saying, what's the current floor for these now with this announcement?
1,900.
1,900. Oh my god.
Holy hat.
Well,
So that's what
Werz,
I'm
you really
saying.
brought up such an interesting point where like people holding these, like because they're how strong the community is, and then looking forward to like what do these guys have next up their sleeve But even more so, like they've also kind of really cultivated this, you know, in their Discord, like this feeling of like don't sell. Like even, you know, with the, I know it was after, like way after, but when I bought in, the invites then had this like whole message with them about we're always watching you. You better not. Damn, are those all the ones
the thing
listed over 19 now?
When I got my invitation, I was one of the
It was
first
nothing.
ones.
Yeah, it was just
one
like
of the first
cool.
ones, and I just thought it was just going to allow me into a bloody Discord. So I thought 700 ADA, I can just get in a Discord. I don't give a shit about the Discord. I'll get in. And then after I sold it, then TJ was like, "Oh, the Mallard order, this is the best thing ever." And now I'm just sitting here every time he talks about it, I'm just like, for fuck's sake, like, I can't believe I sold it.
You still made 700
that's my
for
point,
free,
though.
though.
So
You
like
still
that
made
was way
700 for
before,
free.
and now they've really cultivated this like whole like mentality of like we're watching you. If you sell or try to run out, like we're gonna remember, we're gonna know, kind of thing. Almost like we were talking with Ape Society, where if you have one of those kings and list it, you're booted from that Discord. Like it's done. They're watching those. It almost feels like that with so it almost feels like, you know, if that's kind of the feeling, or people like express that in the NFTs as well, where, you know, there's gonna be plenty of people flipping these for some profit. They've been sitting on these invitations for this long. They're gonna get some ADA. But if some people are still like really holding these because they want the future, then that also kind of affects that Mallard Order team's royalty. You know, so you can see a little bit higher of a mint price from that just because of that. Oh, am I hearing myself on TJ?
I'm no, it's Tommy's. I muted it because he has his desktop audio coming
that
through.
Was
I
funny
muted
what
it.
Shiny just said. He got kicked out of the chat.
I'm gonna play a quick audio track, but I know we're all probably double going right now. Real quick, let me play this.
You have been cordially invited to become an initiate in the Mallard Order. Are you ready to be reborn? Wait for our signal. Do not burn your letter. We have been watching, and we will be watching.
It's a bit creepy.
It is.
Tommy during the tech trial. We had that recording. We were playing it backwards. We were playing it triple speed. We were playing it like half speed. We're like, there's a hidden message in here. These just got updated. There has to be something. We were barking up the, like completely wrong tree. We were way off.
Movie
on
like
that
Little
one.
Nicky where they played the record backwards.
Exactly.
Like,
I forget what. I forget who it is they play. It's
Chicago.
someone that even asked
Chicago.
a joke or something.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's like, you know, I'm the devil, hell Satan or something like that. It says backwards, but that's what we were pretty much doing. We're like, see how this is recorded? It's done like really weird and like the cadence is off. Like I bet this says something backwards or like, you know, full normal speed, and no, we were just like listening to the track backwards.
Well,
over and
I think
over
even
again.
too, people don't understand. I mean, hopefully they do, but I feel like when the drop happens or the mint happens, the invitations are going to drop in value. I mean, that always happens with projects most of the time when you see stuff like that. But I think people forget that there's more utility to these letters than just the whitelist spot. I think people keep forgetting that there's definitely more to them. We don't know for sure what it is yet, but they've led us to believe that there's way more plans for these letters.
If you decoded that second trial of wisdom over there, it did give like a little message of like the pawns, like the opposition to the order over there from like the knights or whatever, are coming to raid like the crypt, I guess it is again, and in the lore, and they're in. I guess it was a fortnight, so we've already hit the 2 weeks. I think we anticipated it was last week, but potentially apparently this into the lore, what they've got. This is built on the prophecy of whatever this order has been built, these invitation letters. And inside of that, apparently someone's trying to come back into the crypt, and they're going to airdrop some ancient relics to possible invitation holders. So there's potentially an airdrop that's happening for this as well. And then one thing that's really interesting, which I don't know yet what this means, is there's a status down here that says legitimate. This was never here originally. At least that I didn't notice. So I'm wondering what happens, Tom. We were talking about becoming like illegitimate. Like what legitimizes your invitation? Or what does
I
this
just want
mean
it for the
down
meme.
here
I
as
just
well?
want to be able to claim the first letter that's illegitimate.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then sell that bad boy
so,
for 10K.
Yep.
Only
all three of
legitimate
you
letter.
now. Have all three of you
What's
got
that?
letters?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
Oh, so all three. Oh, I feel like the odd
So
one out now.
Tom bought it.
Had
That's
to.
rare for Tom to buy it.
Yeah, TJ gave me financial advice. He's like, dude,
I
financial
did.
advice.
I literally said that. It's like financial advice. I
Comes
need
with
to
a
buy one.
TJ guarantee over here. If it doesn't,
This is like
more,
he bought it for like 1,200, 1,300. Tom, was that? That was
like
the
12,
weekend
yeah.
we're doing the wisdom.
It was the weekend we were doing. Well, I was doing it while me and Tommy were doing that thing, and I just kind of did it on the sly, and you guys didn't know about it till the live stream.
I think even at that price point, I think it's still a good buy-in because I know the utility behind it. You're going to get future stuff, and if the project takes off, it could be your gold card to getting into it. So I think it's a good buy even at 1,200-1,300. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think so as well. Look at it here. You also have 1, 2, 3, 5. What is there? 8 out of the 500 currently, and it's a thin on this. After or not. I mean, it's just more so like floor is lava after that.
There's just none of them because there's only no one has them listed.
It just that's probably the diamond hands are really out right now. And we talked about this. I think we did the plays channel over in the blocks, and I remember referencing it at the time when I was doing the research. There was 157,000 ADA traded at that time a couple weeks ago. We're up to 216,000 ADA traded on secondary from a free airdrop. A free airdrop on this.
Crazy,
like insane for what these guys have done over here. So obviously we're big fans of this, and if anybody inside the Discord or our chat over here is still looking to get in and you missed out on or you can't afford the invitation because it is a very high price point and I completely understand that, go join the Discord. If you get the stranger role, go ahead and interact in there, chat daily. Tell them Freedom 35 sent you. I don't know if that'll do anything. Yeah, I don't know if that'll do anything for you, but maybe you can try to use that poll, use our name.
Maybe they'll send me the Darkwing Duck. That's all I'm trying for. So yeah, go tell them, give me a Darkwing Duck.
And then if you guys get the outsider role, that's pretty much your whitelist to go ahead and have a chance at mint. You still are going to have to fight off everybody in their transactions, but yeah, that's one of the things. Also,
so it's not guaranteed. Then. It's not guaranteed.
No, you're going to have to first serve.
Yep.
For the outsider role.
What am I then? I think I'm.
If you're an initiate, then you have a whitelist spot.
I'm guaranteed one. Am I?
Yep, you're good to go.
And if you got all three of the roles, then you're guaranteed 2.
Oh no, I only got. I'm guaranteed 1 then because I've got. I think it's green. I think I'm green. So I think that's the initiate.
Okay, perfect. And then,
so I'm guaranteed 1. That's cool.
Yes, and shout out to everybody also inside of the chat right now. Who's over here? I just wanted to say, most of our OGs over there. We have Grimmy over here. We have Werz that's been joining us. O-Side, Eddie Z. Really appreciate the comment over here. This is always fun. This is why we love doing this stuff. Just want to give you all a shout out. That's an awesome live stream. Love discovering new CNFTs like Cardopoly and learning about these top tier projects. We appreciate that, and it's an honor to be able to get the chance to sit in front of you guys and do this. And then develop the relationships like Werz. Like, dude, you were an F35 OG. We got a chance to talk, and here we are getting just to chat.
Yeah, man, I appreciate this. Like, I really do appreciate it. Like, I've always wanted to come on, and I was going to say to you, can I come on? But I thought, I don't want to be hassling.
No, absolutely not,
man, for sure.
I love
we love to hang out with the community, man. This is what these live streams are for, like to be able to do stuff like this and then showcase off like projects like Cardopoly tonight being a chance to they were the first sponsor, but it was even better because the fact that we got a chance to talk down and do a sit down with them months ago, and then for them now to come back and support the show with us, it's been so cool to see that. Like, kind of comes full circle.
We need to get Shiny on it.
I know, Shiny next one for sure. Shiny to get on here.
Eddie Z, dude, he's been showing up hot too in the chat. Over there, Grimmy, dude, I would love to talk to Grimmy. Grimmy always makes him he makes me laugh over here. He had some comments back there. I saw him. Grimmy,
we have Shiny, we have True on, we have Werz on. We'll just take the night off. We'll do Original Colonies podcast.
Is it Wongi? Who's the other one with the bear? Normally has the
bear.
Yeah.
Wange. He's Sponge. Wange. Yeah. I tell you, it was. He's gonna listen back to this and just be like, "The hell, guys." That's also one thing too. If you guys are, we will have this up on Spotify and Apple tomorrow on the audio only version. If you guys aren't catching the actual visual, and this will be on replay, obviously on YouTube for anybody listening over here. And then obviously we've talked about this in the past, but we're gonna keep pushing this just to make sure if anybody's hanging out here or just got in, if you guys are enjoying the content in the show, make sure to give it a like. It helps the channel grow. And make sure you guys go check out Werz's channel over there. They're traveling the world over there, packing for places. Nice. Him and his wife, George, are doing an amazing thing. And she's buying CNFTs now. They're on the road, living the life, playing with cheetahs and elephants and minting NFTs. Just
she's buying NFTs. Buying NFTs with my ADA.
Oh, okay. With your you create a monster here, though. Watch, you're not gonna have anything left.
Am I right, Werz?
Yeah.
She knows the spending password now. She's gonna find a project and go crazy.
she got into a good one. Like, Introverts is a good project to
That is
get
a good
into.
one. It is.
So that's why I sort of went ahead. She goes, I really like these, and I thought, actually, no, it's a good NFT. Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is.
Oh, George going on. That's awesome.
She's like, don't show me on camera. Don't show me on camera.
Also, I had to shout out because we have actually, it's inside of our Discord for Eddie Z. I did make mention of this. He is officially. Oh, this is not just lagged on me. Osai, what's up with the elbow cost? Can you get Eddie? Yeah, there you go. Yummy. Here, real quick, TJ. I got this right here. Eddie Z is our first official. He boosted our server over there. So he's our first freedom booster inside of our Discord over there. So shout out to Eddie. He's the only pink name that's over there. Yeah, you know, I think we're maxed out on boost right now, but I just wanted to shout that out to him. It's really dope of you to.
We appreciate that. For sure. Well, I'm looking again at these. Tom, you still have a couple introverts. I didn't not to step on your announcement. That is very cool. But you have a couple introverts still, don't you, Tommy? Or have you sold out most of those now?
I don't know. I think I might have got rid of them. I can't remember. I have to go back.
I know you were snagging quite a few of these.
140 at the minute, and.
Well, if I'm being transparent, when it was running up, I sold all three of them. I made a little profit, so I could buy in now a little cheaper than what I sold them for. Really,
I haven't really gone back to look at them enough because they were wow, they've held well though.
I was looking. I think there was like 40, 45 sales a day, like happening. So it's a lot.
That's what I'm looking at right now. There's even just in the past hour, there's 6 sales. And those are the kind of, especially during this kind of market, that's the kind of stuff I actually look for on JPEG Store to see, like, what are people stacking right now? What are people buying up on? Some projects you look at, and they got one sale in 24 hours. And it's like, okay, well, people just obviously aren't hot on this. If you buy it and want to flip it, you're going to have trouble even just selling it again for even less than you bought because no one's buying them. But these, I mean, people are snagging these up fast. Wow.
They are moving quick, aren't they? I couldn't believe it.
Like, what does she? What alpha does she have that we don't?
She knows. Georgia knows. She knows. That's why I married her.
She's been studying, huh?
What's going on in life? So I believe whatever she says.
Amazing. And then shout out to Werz as well. He said he got his wife. He never should have showed his wife NFTs. She has 5 discos, and then again, it was a good thing he did.
That was like over 600.
Dude, discos
she bought them at 700.
Werz is just bleed money. He's got to pay for that yummy. He's paying for that yummy channel. Right. Yeah, I agree. This is my fiance as well. She doesn't get him. She understands like what we're talking about, but she does not get the NFTs at all. In the same boat there. TJ, what about yours? Wife?
No shot. I try to explain it like, I have this digital picture that's worth this money. Okay, cool. Can we use that money? No, not right now. Okay, then I don't care.
There you go. So Werz, this is the one. We just had the screen share up front.
Oh, my bad. Put it back on.
It's one of them things that because we're traveling and we're together all the time, she literally just sees what I'm doing constantly, and she's sort of taken a little bit of an interest, but don't want to admit that she's interested.
Right.
And don't flatter yourself. So I think she's just got a little bit intrigued, and she picked a good one, man. That is sick.
That is right. I like it a lot. I think Tommy minted a rainbow mouth back.
I was gonna say I had a rainbow mouth. I'm actually pulling that up right now. I don't actually look at that one because I ended up going for pretty.
No, I really did and do like the artwork of the introverts. I did. I mean, of course, when I sold my 3, I mean, profit's profit. Or I see a run up or a pump, I want to make a little ADA on it, so I'm going to sell them. But now, to me, I think it's not a bad buying opportunity to get back in the project. Really not, because it ran up to almost 300. 350 floor at the time when I sold mine.
When you got to think too, when these projects do this is just a cycle of how a lot of this stuff is. If it's a good project, you know, they may have their little takeoff. That's why I'm kind of watching Beyond Rockets as well right now, or Beyond Citizens, because they're having that initial pump, right? Everybody's going to get to a point now where, you know, the hype dies down a little bit, and then that's where they kind of level off and establish a true floor. But then like a couple months later, after the mints happen and they started to build and they have new announcements, that's where it's like, okay, if you accumulated in that little down period when the hype got off, that's where that next run will happen. And I feel like Introverts is starting to hit into that spot right now, or getting close to it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Shout out to
when did they actually mint? Like, does anyone know? I can't. I don't want to use.
Was it in May?
May, I think it was May.
Is it May like time?
May 14th, I think.
Yeah.
So to be holding this sort of floor in this sort of bear market is, you know, and
it's good. Even through the thick of it.
It's good.
Oh, absolutely. Look at this. Oh, shout out over here to Schulze. We all right, I'm joining the Discord. I listen almost every week to the stream. Probably should join. Yeah, dude, appreciate it. Yeah, you should definitely jump over into the Discord. We appreciate you listening. If you're not, we kind of bullshit a little bit, just hang out, flex a little bit in the showroom, zip and flips, and recently some zip and rips over in the Discord. But it's always fun to hang out with you guys.
Tommy really is. This bullshit.
No, dude. Yeah, if you guys are wondering how to get into the Discord,
Dude,
I don't know, TJ. You can see our little plays and certain things like this, but our Discord is, you can join us over here, or maybe TJ can drop the link. I don't have it in front of me.
Definitely jump in the Discord if you're listening. This is where I started, and it's just such a great community, and these guys are always on there. We talk about different plays and stuff, so definitely jump in the Discord if you're listening. It's just so much fun. Every morning I'm like, morning guys, what we doing today? And it's just cool. Like, it's a real good Discord, so definitely jump in.
Appreciate
and there we go. I was gonna say, yeah, we that's awesome to hear, man. Shout out to, if it was saying morning right there, you got Banga, who always catches us on the later end of stuff on the morning. So thank you for joining over as well. And yeah, come say it. Join the Discord. Say good morning. Werz, did you get your good morning working on the phone now?
I didn't. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I gotta look at that.
It works on my computer, but on my iPhone it doesn't seem to work.
Yeah. Well, that's so. Does Tommy have a trophy channel designated for his mints?
We should though. Honestly, we should keep track of the shit you minted and won.
Top rank.
Yeah,
that'd be fun to mess around with.
I might cry though.
We could do a mint Hall of Fame and vote. Like, we could have like the mints of the week, like what everybody gets, and then everybody votes inside the Discord about what the mint of the week is, and drop it into that channel.
You probably have the most sub 100 rank.
Easily, easily.
I don't know. We'll see. It's just like,
I mean, I have 0, so you have
it's also the amount of mints you do, right? It's also the amount of mints you do.
Yeah, but I mint almost as much as you do. Man,
Tommy mints everything.
He does.
He does mint a lot.
He does.
I've been fortunate enough to get lucky on some of those and flip some of those to be able to mint into newer projects later down the line. Yeah. Like, you got to be able to do that. Otherwise, if you hold everything, which I was doing a lot early on, but if you eventually, you got to have some ADA to spend on some of this stuff. I flipped, to be fully transparent, I flipped 6 spoopies for I had 1,500 ADA. And then I bought with that ADA, I bought all the Beyond Citizens. And then Beyond Citizens, I mentioned that rare one, flipped it and I got my ADA back that I invested back into it. And now I hold one of the number 147th ranking robot that I'm looking eventually to possibly flip up. So it's just about getting a little bit of ADA to stack up, and then multiple bulk minting is such a very rewarding strategy. Like that, like the Mallards, right? I'm trying to stack as many of those whitelists as I can to get into those. Many of those are at mint price because I anticipate the floor, and TJ, all of us anticipate that floor kind of shooting up. So that's the one way to kind of make some of this that ADA. And again, if you want to hold it. Yeah, for sure. And you got to, I think we originally, when we started this, we all kind of had to we'll mint 1 or 2 of these things and then hold on to it. And then it's like, well, I want to stay in the project, but I want to sell it too because I want to make the money. Well, it's so you need to bulk mint a little bit like that so you can hold on to what you want.
I always normally say 3. I normally do 3. It's my always mint 3. You can flip one as it's coming up. You can always keep one, and then when it really starts pumping, you got another one to offload.
Exactly.
100%. You've actually had that. TJ, you had that recently, I think, where it was like, damn, dude, I should have got more than 2. I want to sell the second one now because it's gone up so much higher, but I don't want to. Yeah. I also want to still be in the project. I also don't want to go buy back in for 5,000. So.
Well, Tal said something interesting, which I thought actually was a good idea, and on the Cowboy stream, he's saying you should have different wallets for the things you want to flip into. So if you want a clay, call it your clay wallet, and then that wallet you flip until you get your clay. Once you have your clay, okay, that's my clay wallet. Now, if you want to, he said this back then, if you want a space buds, you flip
a lot of wallets. Come on, Tal. I mean, I like the idea. I like the organized. I would prefer maybe we had some more organization or tabs within some of the wallets. That'd be very cool.
It definitely does make a difference. It does make a difference, like Tommy said. If you mint 15 or 20, you're going to get a rare one, which could potentially pay for all of them. So it is the percentages, isn't it? So I understand what you mean, Tommy. Minting more gives you a better chance to get a rarer, which then allows you to carry on. And so,
how many overexposed did you mint, Tommy?
2. I minted 2.
Piece of shit.
I hit but to be fair to that, I missed my buying op. So I minted the 101, but I didn't execute the selling strategy on it. I chose to go the holder route.
Should have listened to T. Told you to
So,
sell unrevealed.
Do I think that it will sell for a higher price down the line? For sure. After they announce what their next plans are,
I don't think for a while.
Maybe.
it'll be a
For
while,
a
though.
while,
And especially in the
yeah.
market we're in, though, too. But it's going to be
You'd have been
not
crazy
for
as shit to
26
sell
something
that
thousand.
early, though. I just couldn't. That takes some serious balls. Sell
What's
that
the floor
project
now?
101
What's the
overexposed.
floor?
They're like at min price, I think.
I think they're
For the
below
regulars.
mid-price.
For the regulars.
They're
They might even jump below it. I don't know.
130,
They were
I think.
150 to mint, so I'm not sure what the mint price or what the actual floor
Yeah,
price
let's get
for Next
Gordon
is right now.
Sick.
148, so they're right
Oh,
at. They're
yeah,
just
mint
right
price,
at mint price.
I should have sold mine. I've got mine, but it's got like the camera.
Oh.
It's like the handheld camera, and that's what
I
I,
like
use
those
when
hand
I'm
ones.
vlogging.
Those are dope, though. I like those.
Those are cool.
So I didn't want to sell it because it sort of meant something to me because it's like the camera I use while I'm vlogging. So that's why I've kept it.
Yeah.
The art's still dope though. I really still
Oh, the
love the
art's
art.
amazing.
It's really high quality. We can't deny that. It's just it sucks to see
Genesis
the
are
floor
down
the way
to
it
7.
is. I mean, I bought
Oh.
mine too at
Right, but you
freaking
get my little
500
camera.
ADA.
Oh, for sure. And then hold on. I gotta call this comment out because this dude over here, Werz, he wants to mint his mint's like mine. Look at your profile picture, dude. You mentioned that yummy right there, that
Whoa.
legendary.
That is nice.
So that creation spring 1 of 1 for them over there. So you got some luck on your hands over there.
Did he mint
I
it or
think-
about a secondary though? That's different.
No, he minted that. He minted that.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Um,
but you get continuous luck though.
Well, here, no, you know who's got continuous luck that's a dark horse inside of our Discord is True and Masa.
Oh, you got a great point with that. They
True and
fucking
Masa both
hammered
crushed.
them.
Hey,
both
dude,
of that over
they
there.
do what you said though. They cast a wide net. It's not like they're buying like one
Yeah,
and then they're
that's
like,
true.
hey, I got one, and it happened to be really
Yeah, but
rare.
Cornucopias,
They're like,
who done it in
700.
Cornucopias was just getting mythicals and legendaries every day.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
was that true? He had like back-to-back days of just legendaries.
What's that Moss? I
Mythical
Maybe Masa,
cornucopias
one of
are-
them.
Yeah, a mythical and a legendary, I believe, on that.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh, I do remember. Actually, that's for. I want to talk about real luck. Then, not even minted. He got airdropped this creation
oh my
one
God.
because they didn't even mint because they didn't
He
mint
said he
out all
wanted to
the.
mint like you, Tommy, not get airdrops like you. All right, I mean, he's still technically
Yeah,
right.
He's the airdrop king apparently because I remember
That's
that. 'cause
crazy.
The
That's
yummies,
a good one. That's a
because
good.
the yummy,
airdrop.
the one of ones didn't mint during the burn, so they airdropped
That's
them
right.
to random
Mhm.
wallets,
Oh,
and he got one of
okay.
the 101s. That's insane right there. I think cornucopias.
Damn, that's
was-
a hell of a. That's a nice look one day, and you're like, oh, there's something in my wallet.
Dude, cornucopias that made a lot of people a lot of ADA early on. I know Eddie Z's big on the cornucopia stuff too. But the land sales for people, anybody got a legendary epic land, legendary javelins. Basically if you sold any of that stuff,
Free shit.
man, you made some ADA.
Oh,
Whereas,
yeah.
what was one of your best mints or flips or any of that you can go off the top of your head that you
My
remember?
rabbit, I think.
The dead rabbit?
My dead rabbit, yeah, but that was another one I waited. You know, you see a bit
Yeah.
of ADA and you get excited. And I had a really rare one and I sold it pretty much straight away for 700 ADA. And I was saying, babe, we've won. We've made it. and then I saw the floor go up to nearly 600-700 on a floor one, and mine was worth probably about $3,000. And I was
and so
devastated.
it's timing it, right? It's like you get it right away and you don't want to lose the hype of it and you want to sell when it's hot. But then if it really does take off, like you said, that's where it's hard to swallow. Sometimes it's like, ooh, like if I would have held that like literally a week later, I could have tripled my investment or
But
something.
you're
along those
learning,
lines.
aren't you? Like I say to you in the Discord, like I'm only 6-7 months into NFTs. So when you see something rare and you see the money, the first time you're like, shit, that's a lot of ADA. So
course,
I want that ADA so I can carry on. But then as you progress in your CNFT journey, you become a bit more like, actually, let's just hold on to that. I know it's a lot of ADA, but so you learn as you're going along, don't you? So that's one thing. But
Oh, for sure.
I think clays I've done pretty well. My GC clay I bought for 300. Shout out to Shiny because he actually hooked me up with that when I couldn't
That's
afford one. I think the floor was maybe 400 and I couldn't afford it. And Shiny went onto my messages and went, mate, I've got one for you for 300. And he sent it to me before I'd even sent him the ADA. So shout out to Shiny on that because
Shiny's
he
a good
didn't have to
guy.
do
That's-
that. Yeah, no, that was top quality.
Shout
That
out
was-
to the F35 fam. It's always good
Yeah,
to see everybody
that
making
was-
different connections.
That was really, really good of him because he didn't have to, and he really sorted me out. And now they're over 1,000 floor, aren't they? So,
Oh yeah. Well, another person that we need to shout out, which we're talking yummies over here with Rez and them, is True inside of our Discord. True actually he has so many of the OG 10K Narus, and when the burns happened, he was giving away his his burn essentially, like for the OGs, because he's not burning all the seasonals. And he hooked me up, and I know he hooked a couple other people up, and I know Rez as well, where, hey, I just sent him over my Ada and the Spoopy, and he sent me back the Springman over there because he had some available to burn. Even though I didn't have enough 10Ks to do that. So people inside the community, you can
Good
really
community, man. Good community. I like it.
Great resources. Yeah, so shout out to True for the yummy. If you guys are looking for, you don't own enough 10Ks, but you have a couple seasonals you want to burn, he's always somebody good to go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, just community in general, especially as we've started to do this and talk to all these different people, especially even with you, like you start to develop friendships inside of here, and then you start to trust people until a point where it's just like, all right, guys, here's some information, but here's how I can help you out over here. And it goes a long way. It's like real life, right? Like the relationships are key.
Yeah, no, definitely. As I'm going to San Francisco tomorrow, I fly to San Francisco. I'm meeting up with Tao.
That's sweet.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really,
and,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and I've got a really bad back, and his wife was meant to have a back appointment on Wednesday, but she can't go, so now I've got that appointment.
That's sick.
Just stuff like that, do you know what I mean? And that's just all through CNFTs and community, and
so cool.
I'm meeting up with E46. I don't know if you know E46.
Yeah, he's a cool guy on our Discord too.
Yeah, he's Sacramento, so we're going to meet up with him. So it's just community, building friendships and helping each other out. That's one thing I love about Cardano, and that's why I got into it, and that's why I'm still in it. I just love it.
Absolutely.
It's also how international it is, where you can pretty much travel anywhere and then end up meeting up with people.
Somebody's there,
It's
right?
good
Amazing,
for me
like-
as well
like,
at the minute, because I'm traveling everywhere. So
Exactly.
I've reached
Yeah,
out
it
to
works out really
people,
well.
And and I've met people from Mexico. When I go to Mexico, we've got a friend there. Like when you just get friendships. So that's a real positive thing about Cardano and the blockchain and NFTs, that you just make friends, and that's what I really like about it.
You just reminded me too. I think Chronic and Chrissy are down in Florida this week, Tom. I forgot we got to hit them up.
They are. They said to me yesterday. Actually, he said they're going to try and hook up with you.
Yeah, I got to message him and shoot him a thing. Nice. And then on top of that too, CNFT Con, right? Like we're all looking forward to October here soon. So it'll be so much fun when everybody gets a chance to meet each other and hang out, party a little bit, and just kind of catch up.
We're gonna have to get a little 35ers, even if it's just a drink. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna have to.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We're gonna organize some sort of a meetup. We're gonna get up there, I think, on Thursday. And then I'll probably be there till at least Sunday. So I know there's gonna be a bunch of different parties, different things.
Oh, there's gonna be loads in there. It's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be fun though. We definitely have to do something for anybody who's hanging out there.
But no, all of us, I really want to get together, because out
absolutely.
of all the CNFTs, this is my main community. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Freedom 35ers, the Discord. You are my main sort of community. So I definitely want to meet up with you guys, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate that, man. It's always dope to have made a great friend inside the space, and eventually here in real life, we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We got a question over here real quick from Eddie Z, because he always gives us some good stuff.
That question a lot.
Yeah, out of all the CNFTs out there, let's forget price. Which is the best looking project on Cardano? I have two projects come to my mind. Does anybody want to take that?
Best looking. I mean, art is subjective as it is, right?
Oh yeah,
that's tough.
Well, even best looking is subjective. Best looking in terms of what? I mean, there's some. It's very, very hard to compare a project like an Ape Society that has a more like paintbrush style art style to like a Blockout or a Yummy, which is like a cartoon style or 3D art. That is very difficult.
Two. Is that what he wants? Two. So we've all got to do two. So I'll do my two first. Two projects which you think are good. I think Clays, because they're just so original. I would put Adenauts in that, but I'm already going for one Clay. And so I'll go Clay Nation. And then I would say Block Owls, because it's like nothing else. So
I agree on that.
They're my two.
Block Owls, even just because of like those animation promo videos and stuff they put out, where it's
just crazy.
In the team, or at least I like to really believe they are, just because how much talent we're seeing on that side of things. I'd have to say at least one of them is Block Owls. Just the we're going just purely based on the look. That's the only reason I bought them. That's the only reason I continue to buy them.
Yep.
Not to say they don't have any other reason to buy them, but me personally, I don't care. I just wanted the block owls, which is one of the only projects I think I've done that for. We just bought it to buy them.
I agree with that. I think block owls is definitely one of the ones. I don't want to take the same ones, but I can 100% agree with you guys on that.
I've said it. You've got a couple of different ones.
I'm a curveball. I'm going to throw the curveball in profile picture. I'm going to say these two because they're already out and minted. I would have said Mallard because I really do like the way they look. I'm going to go with Mandrills, and I'm going to go with Chilled Kong because I just do like the look of those projects.
Yeah,
I do like the look. They're clean to me.
for sure.
I'm going to throw you to let's for the sake of argument and stuff like that. One of the ones which I've been recently getting really into is Old Money. I really love the art style on Old Money for what they do inside of space. I think it's something unique on a take of how can you make dollar bills fun and really good looking. So I really enjoyed their artwork. And I still think Overexposed for me too is just one of those projects that are very unique inside this space, especially on Cardano. What he's done, some of those pieces are incredible, especially the level of detail. So I take two of those, and no hate to any other projects or anything.
I got a good second one actually. I'd say Block Owl's probably for the first one. Best looking is there's the Digital Lowlights by Joseph Miranda, but only like 3 specific ones from that I think are the best looking projects that have been ever minted. And I mean, they are my picture, but
yeah,
I think Overexposed that the detail of them bills, Tommy. I never spoke to you about it, but
yeah.
I remember when I first getting into NFTs, I've still got the little list. I've done the projects I like, and on the top of it was Overexposed, and the price was 100 to 120 ADA.
Yeah.
And I just got in the Discord and I couldn't understand it, so I just left it. And now look, it's
and
incredible.
Old Money's been taken off. There's so much more to come. I do think if anybody's really trying to get into the Overexposed side, go ahead and take a look and go join the Discord. Grab the inflation time if you can afford one. Those are like around 100 for right now.
They're starting to go up,
They're
starting to go up.
Yep. Oh yeah. The
Tommy, what about this? Instead of a joke answer, saying not that I don't like how the Digital Lowlights work, but obviously I'm not picking my own picture. As far as best looking goes, Aeonium Sky as a second one.
Ooh, that's another
just how different it is, how like the foresight for how long and original they've been in the space. Like they're a true OG, but at the same time have been developing this single picture out of multiple pictures for almost a year now. Like it's craziness.
Yeah. Aeonium Sky is definitely one of the first. Well, I'd say when I was going into like an art project, for sure Aeonium Sky was one of the first ones for us. That I really,
unsigs and
I was very big into the unsig derivative artifact.
Through that.
Oh yeah, I still hold on to a lot of that stuff, but yeah, I could agree with you 100% on that. And then I know Osai just mentioned Matador. Matador's art looks very good too. It's one of the ones I think I minted the first project. They just had another mint to happen recently too. That's another good art project, I'd say. Masa is just jumping in. He's like, you guys are still going right now. We're approaching the 3-hour mark, and it's about to be Freedom After Dark. But we had Werz jump on tonight with us, and we've just been hanging out, having a good time. We got a chance to see Cardopoly.
I was a little pumped up after our watching the Monopoly and stuff like that. I was geared ready to go.
Yeah,
we should definitely do a group thing, and we'll play
a little
Monopoly,
panel show. I love that.
And we'll get up some of the OGs, and we'll just have a night of playing some Monopoly. Like it'd be so funny, it really would.
It would. Well, if you guys, do you own a Cardopoly piece, or you still got to pick one of those up?
Yeah, no, I don't actually. But after watching that tonight, maybe I might have to buy myself one.
It's interesting enough because even if you grab like with something off the floor, it's like an equal chance to go ahead and you're playing the game that gets you into it, and then the fact that you can win like actual ADA, like a prize point for the week and stuff like that. That's the cool part about that, and you get a chance to have some fun. It's not too time consuming. You saw how quick it was for us to roll 50 rolls, and then you have a refresh every 6 hours. So it's an easy buy-in, right? Like even if it's 5 ADA to buy back in, it's a fun way to do it.
It's 10 ADA for your rolls for the day. It's 200 rolls. You know what I mean? You only get 50 rolls every 6 hours, so you're good to go for the whole day.
Just put 10 ADA in, we could have like 10 of us.
You're not going to use all those probably one day anyway.
Just have a laugh. Like, I think it'd be quite good to record it as well.
Exactly.
Like, I think it'd be quite funny.
I'd love to do that. We never answered Eddie Z's thing over here to finish off his question. He said he likes Block Owls and Ada Invadaz.
Oh, this one I haven't heard in a bit. Okay.
Ada Invadaz, I've seen the profile pic on a lot, and those do have really cool 3D artwork. They always reminded me of the Mars Attacks movie, like the brains of the Ada Invadaz over there. But I know they just minted out.
Remember the
They
floor
minted
to them? They went up to like 600, didn't they? 500?
Ada Invadaz.
Yeah, they went
Was
crazy.
that today? They jumped. They're at a. Let's see where we're
They
at.
had a run up. They went up to 500-600 ADA, I think, at one point. They went crazy.
They were way up there. The floor's sitting at 300 right now, for them. Okay. But I know they also just had a recent mint for, I forget what the Senator nodes, maybe is the name of it. I forget what I don't know. That's one project I didn't. Yeah, Senate nodes. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. That's one project I flipped in the beginning. I didn't really know much. And those are have 180 floor price for the Senate nodes. So I know they're building a lot of stuff too. That's another one that could be like a Dead Rabbit Resurrection Society. I feel like it can just pop. Someone mentioned it earlier.
I don't know what Dead Rabbits actually. Now you say that.
Dead Rabbits, they still look so good. Like,
yeah, I do.
They look really, really good.
I think they got massive
potential. Break
potential.
From the Discord. Yeah,
I think
back in all that.
They have potential. Disco Solaris is quietly just building right now too, and they've got a ridiculous floor for where they're doing. I know they're popping recently with some new announcements. So they had a 630 ADA floor price for Disco Solaris right now. So that one's
800. They reached 800.
Bro, I sold mine for 90. 90 I sold mine for back in the day. It's a rip to me.
You're really happy with them though. That was like hell yeah. It just flew off the shelf. We're good to go.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it, honestly. I know they looked good. Someone mentioned this earlier too. Was the Gentlemen's Club earlier? I just wanted to reference that back to the ADA or for the Ape Society. This Gentlemen's Club. Do you guys know anything about it? I know we talked about it briefly on there, but there was another one of these
that came out. Or
they looked like the Ape Society, like the frames and stuff like that. It kind of looked similar to that.
No, yeah, we talked about this. I remember. Yep. Yeah.
But they didn't mint out. I know that was the thing. I know somebody mentioned that earlier. So I think, again, it's hard to sell out inside of this market. So that's why we were saying what an accomplishment what it was for Beyond Citizens to do what they did right now. Those right there now, there's not a lot of ADA, especially for new projects that may not be as hyped, not even to their fault. It's just a matter of is there enough liquidity to go around? So I don't know anything about the Gentlemen's Club
very well, did they? Because if none of us had heard about it and all
exactly like the
NFTs all the time, then they didn't market it very well
compared to like a Mallard or you know what I mean, or something like that.
To me, at first glance, and again, don't kill me on this, all I know is that it looks very similar to the Ape Society in the sense that this guy's name is a Sir. He just sold for $16.99, almost $1,700 ADA. He's got a gold canvas. He's a billionaire with his wealth. So if you see this, you like they're all kind of like average looking, and then you got this Sir. So that kind of reminds me of like the King comparison to like the Ape Society. So and they kind of remind me in a similar fashion of like these different, I don't know, like traits and stuff that they have. So I don't know if they kind of were going for the same kind of feel.
Is that their
like
wealth?
I
don't know if you know this, Tommy. Is that their name? Are they still like getting names?
I don't know. Actually, it's just
as a comparison.
Right now, so
you know what I mean? You can just kind of see that difference, though, like the care that the Ape Society take, where each individual ape has its name and its family. And its
a different name.
And they kind of did like just the step of that, where it's like, come on, guys. So you couldn't name him Peterson.
Yeah,
had to be gentlemen. Like,
it's the original.
It's definitely interesting. Yeah. It's interesting too. Both of these Sirs have sold for the same price, as $16.99. Sirs apparently seem to be.
It reminds me. It's 2 good offers.
I don't. Maybe, yeah. Somebody can.
Someone buying it. The founders are buying it up just to make it look like someone's doing
things moving.
I don't, and we don't know that. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's always skeptical inside this market. Yeah, for sure. But I don't know anything about this. I don't want to say like I do or state anything. I did say something about this, but I just more so haven't sold out in this market time, and it's obviously it's hard to do that inside of this space right now. What do we have? Anybody? They had
Eddie Z said he's a senator over there, and that's pretty sweet.
Okay.
For 3 leaders going on over there. Damn, they got a lot going on in that project. I mean,
I know. I need to get back over to them.
Absolutely. So I got to put that on.
Did Did you guys see as far as the 24-hour go? And I didn't mint this at all because the prices were ridiculously high. Was this Virtua, the Cardano Island land sale? Did you guys?
I saw
I
I saw the mint price.
Well, it was ridiculous. I forget, was it 250? It was like the minimum, and the highest land plot was like 2,500 ADA or something like that.
Yeah.
For a land, and then one of them sold it for 34,000 ADA over here. But this is the one that's kind of being toted by, again, Virtua has a ridiculous like Twitter following over there, and they have the Cardano Island, but I don't know. It's like being put. I don't know if it's being pushed by like IOHK or anything like that, but I know they have the support behind it. But you can see some of the prices for some of these lands. They have like their, let me see if I can pop this open real quick. You can kind of see. It's like their Cardano Island, which if you look, remember the Cardano Summit last year where they had like the giant turtle or where the hell it was floating in the ocean. They had like, everybody was like walking around in there and watching like all the Cardano Summit stuff. I don't know if Werz, do you remember any?
No, I've never, I saw it come up, and I remember Kiwi said this morning, he sent out a tweet that the picture of that, and there was a picture of an actual building that was exactly the same, and he was just saying, you know, of anyone, but apparently it come back and they were in partnership with them. But I hadn't seen this project, to be honest, but it's been doing pretty well in volume and stuff, and obviously people are buying it. Which...
Well, one thing, I can't remember if they had like 10,000 of these that they were trying to sell. I don't know if they fully minted out yet. That was the thing, because I don't know if there was enough liquidity going around for these things to actually sell out. It's interesting because they got
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going out. It's curious. I don't know anything about it, but they have like resources on here and slots, NPC slots, land bot slots, different zones on Cardano Island, and it's partnered with Virtua.
What sort of volume has it done?
I'll show you here. It's done 617,000. So that's pretty impressive for the week or whatever it is that it's been going on since the 5th. It looks like, or maybe the 6th. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, nearly.
That's actually pretty impressive.
That's good volume. That's really good volume, isn't it? Really good.
Yeah. No, they've been pumping on here. Interesting though. I don't know if anybody in chat, if anybody's got a chance to mint or we're looking at this.
I did see a comment. I did see a comment from Shiny saying about Soho Kids. I didn't think anyone had a Soho Kid apart from me. Like, but I had a couple of them, and I've actually recently just sold them both. I just didn't see where it was going.
38 floor, jeez. I remember they were like sitting
Soho
300. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
I remember when those things would. I almost pressed buy on like a red like devil one at like 800 ADA back in the day.
Really good.
They
look really good. And Oxy's quite big in the community, isn't he? He's quite a known person. So.
He is. It goes back to this building period, right? Like if this project really, you can see where they fell from, right? Was that in January that launched?
It was the break house and stuff.
God, that feels forever ago. That was 6 months.
I was just looking at
1.4. So I mean, put that in perspective.
That when that question came in, I do like the 3D art and stuff that they did for it. I do think that they had like a high quality. A lot of people are coming out with 3D. I just something about the cleanliness, I guess, of like the style.
They look really cool. And that's what drew me to
they just look really solid. They almost what they remind. I don't like it's tough to not compare, but to not use something as an example. Like they reminded me of a kind of like a claymate, but not made of clay. Like they just had a cool 3D style. They're obviously facing a different direction and stuff too, and they're not same theme. But I don't know. There's just something about it.
I think they were trying to be a clothing brand. I think they're from Portugal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were trying to get into the clothing brand side of things, and I don't know whether it's just been quiet. As soon as things go quiet, you just think, I sold mine. Do you know what I mean? They could be doing stuff behind the scenes, but the floor price has just been going gradually down. So I don't know.
What I always see with those is like the clothing brands thing is it almost feels like what they're trying to do is get fans of fashion onto NFTs, and
it isn't going to
not
work.
to say it won't. Yeah, like it's like all the good luck. All the best to you. It's going to be like it's the same I see with some of these gaming companies where like we need to bring the gaming community to NFT, and it's like. spend 5 minutes like in any gaming, Reddit or something like that, and they'll just shit all over NFTs for the most part. Like, it's going to be really hard to come into it.
I think
Exactly,
on Cardano,
so-
I don't think you've got the volume to be able to do out of world brands and stuff.
Exactly.
You're
You're not bringing
calling out
Adidas
Yacht
in
Club.
quite yet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not quite there yet.
Not
so-
anytime like soon.
We got to get
yeah.
just the proof of
It's-
concepts going, like
Yeah, once
Cardopoly
it
up,
will
and these
do.
ones that can show that like the games actually work and are fun to play as games. Not
Yeah.
just your mobile clickbait trying to make money and make you like buy more.
I think it will get there
gems.
eventually. I think we will
Mhm.
get there eventually
Oh,
as the
yeah.
volume comes in. But I think trying to build a clothing brand from Cardano and that, you're not going to get the volume. And I just don't. You need more utility than trying to build a brand outside of CNFTs. I think.
That's just the state we're into, right? Like you need something to do with these things. Like people need to know what the next step is, and that's again, you can look at Overexposed for that, right? Because these guys, I think everybody liked the style of these at first. Like you said, you can see what's his name, Schultz in here. He did the same thing. He took an L on this one as well. Bought a purple Soho for 600, and now you can't really sell that at all. And then same thing for me. I did the same thing on Bright Pals. Bright Pals kind of just disappeared, and I don't know if they've gone through multiple different changes right now, but those were hyped in the beginning too, and didn't really have much going on with them. Derivative art style, and he took an L on it. So I don't know if this will come. I don't. Hopefully they do something. I know Oxy's big in the community, so I can't imagine he's not going to just let it die. But can't imagine anything happening pretty soon. Shout out to what do you call it, Dilly over here. Made it late, boys. From Old Money. What's going on, man?
We thought we saw you on earlier, Dilly, but it was a fake out Dilly.
Or he was playing from his computer. It was just like secretly inside the Cardopoly game.
No, because what's his name said it was him earlier.
Curly
was
Knox.
he? Okay, he
Yeah,
confirmed
Curly
it.
said it was him. Yeah.
I got one for
You
Shiny.
see, Shiny asked you a question there. Yeah.
Yeah, God, ripped
Yeah,
me
that's
on
right. I
this one.
forgot about those ones. You
No,
got
I went hard.
you bought a secondary one, didn't you, Tommy?
I bought in hard on this.
You bought a little bit of a rough one, didn't you?
Yeah, this was the 8 ADA mint price on this. Well, here's the power of influencers and things like this, and no shade to anybody because I don't know all the full details, but I remember this was like toted by like Cinnamon Bun inside the community and KDev and those guys. And these are like young kids that are running this project. They're like 18-year-old, like something like fresh out of like high school. So I don't know if they know exactly, I mean, it's tough, right? You're running. It's such a new market. You can kind of see what even back in this was back in February too. An 8 ADA floor price, and I know Cinnamon Bun is like kind of just was there for like the marketing portion. I was under the assumption he was part of the team. I guess he was just more so doing some of the marketing for them. But you can see
Gave him
that
a cool shirt though.
Yeah, I ended up getting a shirt. So I mean, whatever. I mean, I got something out of it, I guess. It looked back as like a time, but yeah, these things are not doing very well.
Floor on them, huh?
It is a heartbreak, Glove.
Something I was going to bring up, Tommy, and that was about the some of the free mints that have been going on. The cats on chain, the monkeys on chain, the dogs on chains, everything on chain.
The dogs on chain was the most recent one, right?
I made money on the little monkeys
looking at
one.
them earlier before we got on. You did get one, TJ?
Yeah, I got one for 9, sold for 49.
TJ, can you pull that one up? Do you have that?
What, a little monkey?
Yeah, your little monkey. What's the name of that?
Little monkey.
It was called
I think the cats on chain done it first, and their floor price is still all right. But then I think everyone else started jumping on the bandwagon. And
did they have a monkey on chain?
They done monkey.
We do
on
monkey
chain.
and barrel.
Oh, little monkey. There you go. TJ was like, "Yo, you got to go mint this," and then I was like, "Dude, what the hell is this?" What was the mint price on
I
this?
did. It was 9. Can't go wrong with 9.
And you sold yours for how much?
49. Real quick.
Damn, that's a solid little sip and flip.
Instantly
I think
sold
I got a rat on chain, and it was a free mint. You just had to pay, obviously, the dust. And I managed to sell. I got 2, and I managed to sell them for 25 ADA each. So I made 50 ADA off of it.
There you go. Look, quick little zip flip too.
It's a little game.
It's even those things. It's what some people view our space as being like silly. Like this is why it's like dumb because you're like selling rat pictures for 50 ADA like in an afternoon. But at the same time, it's what I enjoy about it because if you're like engaged in doing this and actually, do enjoy that side of it, like you can really make things work for you. It's not like, oh, I bought scratch offs and then I scratched them and I lost all of them. There's like no control over it. I just sit here and scratch, or and obviously you can do some things with stocks, but you know, stock markets has hours and closing and offices and stuff like that. NFTs is like, you know, so universal and international and just nonstop, like persistent, that you can be doing something at any time of the day. I mean, you can wake up and be like, you see what happened overnight?
It's like
crazy.
the stock market for children. That's
exactly.
the way I say it.
Yeah,
It's the stock market for children.
Open 24 hours for sure.
Yeah.
TJ, did you have? Sorry, I was going to ask you to pull us up because we got a couple questions and people talking inside the chat. Did you Space Otter Society in August? Did you guys see this? I haven't seen this one.
That's years away. August.
It reminds me of like Seal Society and all these other ones that there's so many societies now. The Ape Society came out, and then
what's going on with all the DAOs? Didn't speaking of that,
Salty Seagulls.
We just had a follow up. Didn't Rat's DAO just do something new, Tommy? I don't know.
They dropped their little onesies dropped. I think
that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I also got out of Rat DAO as well. I sold my Rat. I got out of that. The floor price.
Both them.
I sold out of that early on too, just because I figured without really doing anything other than being like the DAO, like what is that going to pay you to do? I know they did the Rats token, but honestly, those aren't really doing anything either. So I can imagine.
It was exciting at first. It was a cool idea. You know, it was something new for us at least. And then you started putting the math together. It was like, wait, even if they sell this Space Bud, I'm getting like half an ADA. Even if it makes like 10,000, even if they make 10,000 ADA profit on it or whatever, like I'm getting 1 ADA. This is.
We'll give you a piece of gum for.
Exactly. It's like, what? So you guys get a wallet and you get a Space Bud in it. And you technically have control over the wallet, and I get 1 ADA maybe in 8 months if you sell it.
Yep.
Here's the Space Otter Society right here. I don't know anything about this at all.
3750.
I trust Masa though sometimes, so I don't know if he's like, are you just asking if we're looking at it? Because I have no idea about it. I have not heard about it.
Ecosystem. One sec, we gotta make a note. Look into that later. All right.
Yeah. We gotta.
So it's more than it's not just a profile picture. You know, it's always good to hear a little bit more. I do like that. He looks like he's got like a damn, with that gi on, the Mortal Kombat looking one there, Tommy, that you were just on the picture. Yeah, I think you clicked it. No, that one's cool though too.
Bonsai tree.
The monk robe, but the one that had like the greenish blue gi on.
One shield.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, where are we at right now?
I like otters. Otters are pretty sweet too. You know, it's got that going for it. Chain on chains. Now we're talking.
There you go, Dilly. Chains on chains. No, this is a good one. I'll keep an eye on it though. 30. I mean, me, dude. I just want to get into projects right now that are really. I'm gonna be staying in, but if there's a hyped mint going on, I will for sure make a couple flips.
Of course.
Every now.
3750. I like him more if it was 3500. I gotta say.
Oh wait. Oh, we got a yummy vet inside here. We were talking about you earlier. True. What's going on? F35 OG yummy.
Yeah,
whale.
Say we need him earlier. Was he the one that did those flips, or was that Masa? They're both in here now. We gotta
both Masa and both
of
them
the mythics. So and the cornucopias.
Oh yeah, that was both of them. Yeah.
It was both of them got the mythics.
Nah, there was one of them that really done well.
They got 2 in a row. I thought that's what it was. Because we were like, oh, good luck today, haha. And then he's like, guys, you're gonna kill me. It's got like a legendary. And we're like, something.
Yeah, that's hard. I do remember this too. Actually, this was old money. Shout out to old money. I know didn't really dive into them tonight, Dilly, but I know we're looking to get a chance to talk with you. We gotta get Dilly on the show, man. We gotta get one of these auctions going. I want to hear more about the Dilly's Galleria and what you guys are doing. I know Hujiro dropped this over here today. He's kind of flexing a bit, you know. He was he's pretty much just now going.
Yeah, I really like that about the old
Electro,
money.
want to call
I really like that
the
about
technocrat. Oh yeah, dude, they're fun. They're fun. They're definitely a group, and I know they got all these different themes. They got like the landfill and stuff too, which I really enjoy because the landfill. We were talking about doing this a while. Actually, this is still going on. Before anybody, if you guys have never gone to Old Money's website, they have 2 amusements going on over at ckerland right now, and you don't even have to be an MFer to win one of these right now. And then people are going, what about me? This is so confusing. Old Money keeps getting more expensive with no metaverse play. I heard the dev and the artists are kind of assholes. We heard it all. So we're putting a 0.2 bill for anyone to participate in. And you can go to their website right now and actually get a chance to raffle in to win one of these 2 bills. So here you go. They said I'm rugged hard right now.
You know, funnier, more creative community. Like, obviously, I like to have a joke about some of these too. You know, Just get a little dry sometimes, constantly talking about floor prices and new mints, and when the next mint is to sell beforehand, so you can maximize the hype. So that's why I like their project so much. Their community, they're doing well. They've been successful because they do something quality, like that they care about and are enjoying making, and you can tell that when they interact with the community. Like you can see when they set up things that they are like proud of, as well as like proud of the joke, and they do, and it goes through. It feels
just
good.
so detailed, isn't it? It's just
Exactly.
so detailed, and it's really well worked out. Really well.
I love the mockery. I love the attitude they have too, because it's just like, hello world, I don't have a 0.2 bill, and now I can't even afford to buy in, referencing their new floor. This is so confusing, but so they literally are just telling you like, hey, here you go. So it's cool. So if you guys want, go check out here. I'm gonna put it in the chat right here for anybody who is not part of this old money shill.
It was True that got the mythic and the magical corn.
There you go.
Yeah, it was the trees too. I couldn't remember what it was. Excuse me. It was the trees. That's right.
Who got the land? Someone got the land, didn't they? I'm
like
sure
that had to
they
have
did.
been Massa then.
Yeah, probably.
Those
One of
trees,
them-
that's specifically what I remember was him getting that tree.
One of them definitely got this over there. J-Hub said, I just picked up some rare Bazaar stars in the landfill, super cheap.
That was-
Yeah, the landfill is a dope thing about old money too, is that they literally people donate NFTs, and then they kind of flip some of those around and to go ahead and they basically raise enough funds inside there to pick up a floor of the 0.2 bills, and then they auction them off over in Fuckerland.
Yeah,
The people inside the community can also buy the NFTs from the landfill for like a discounted rate as well. So maybe, I hope I'm saying that right, maybe Dilly. I think we're getting ready to wrap towards the back end here. We've been Freedom After Dark. It's been 3 hours.
Towards the back end.
I'm becoming
this is
sleepy too.
beautiful.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm becoming sleepy too.
3.5 hours coming up. Who could do a live stream like this? And then we're gonna put a podcast out. This podcast this week's gonna be like 45 minutes. We're gonna make up.
Hey, my name
Sorry,
is
we
TJ,
talked about all
D.
this on Monday.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah, we're
fact,
done.
we're just gonna play that for you right now.
When do you do
Yeah.
the podcast then? So when do you record?
We
the
record
podcast?
on Wednesday nights.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
we
so you've
record.
only got a couple of days, and then you have to record it on Wednesday, right? I thought
Yeah.
you were splitting it up, but I suppose you are 3 days.
We are. It's just otherwise Tom would have to edit on the spot, and there goes. We try to keep the production still quality high. So yeah, Tom has to do a
It's
little
got
bit
to
of
be
editing on
hard.
there.
It's got to be hard, especially to roll out sort of content and come up with ideas and thumbnails and stuff like that. And obviously you've got jobs, babies, and stuff. So just before we go, I want to say this has been amazing for me. I'm so happy I've jumped on. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime,
been
man.
really
We
cool.
always wanted you on here
It
for
was just
sure.
not planned, so it really worked out well. It was
it
awesome.
was really good. And from the community, we love what you do. We love the chats. We love the podcast. So keep it coming. Keep the good content going. And yeah, look forward to maybe doing this again soon.
That's so cool to
Absolutely.
hear, man.
Well, we appreciate you jumping in last minute, and always fun to talk with you. And congrats on what you guys are doing too. Again, Packing for Places. If you guys haven't checked it out,
Yeah,
make
man,
sure to go check out his
it out,
YouTube.
Whenever
Yeah.
you need anyone, just give me a text and I'll jump on. If TJ's got baby, I'll jump in. No problem.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Perfect. There you go. Good,
We're
good
just
filler.
always down to talk CNFTs, dude. Well, shout out. Thank you for jumping on to our stream tonight. And thank you to everybody inside the chat. Dilly, of course, everybody, Curly Knox, J-Hub just jumped over here. We've had so many of our OGs. True, we got stopped in. Massa was back in here. Rez,
Love you, Shmoney.
everybody over here. O-Side, thank you all for Curly Knox. Everybody, Garfield Lasagna, as always, hanging out and holding down the chat. And then Werz too, man. Thank you for jumping in. If everybody else, we appreciate you guys for hanging out for 3.5 hours. I can't believe we're still doing this, but it's always fun. And we'll catch you guys next week for F35 Live. Have a good night. Oh.
Night, guys.